welcome to another episode of The Grindbin. I'm Mike Wood.
I'm Bobby Trippett.
And I'm Eddie the Axe. Ka-ching.
And today we're talking about 1985's Death Wish 3.
Someone needs to fight back and hard.
Hey, Bobby, I got the money.
Yeah, I made the team. But you're a hooker.
Get that goddamn thing out of your mouth.
Where said it, knocker?
I don't know. Spooky got no real rhythm. We're gonna play a little game, baby.
I just love funny games. Get a little girl all hot and horny.
This is Los Angeles.
How the hell would women live? I'm horny.
And maybe Daddy wouldn't have had to kill himself because he couldn't get it up anymore.
What a shame.
We're jacking off. Come on, just step on the gas before we get creamed.
So guys, we're here
Hard.
Yeah, in the last week of summer sequel month, talking about Death Wish 3. This was voted on by the Patreon members. They are just going in order for Death Wish. Last year was Death Wish 2, now it's Death Wish 3. I'm sure next year will be Death Wish 5. So at this point, we're going in order. I always keep saying on this podcast, my favorite's 4, and I feel like to spite me, they purposely pick any movie but Death Wish 4. So.
Absolutely.
Now, Death Wish 3, I would say, guys, is... Now, Eddie, have you watched many Charles Bronson movies?
Yeah, so I actually used to go to drive-in movie theaters with my parents because I was that age when there were drive-in movie theaters, and one of my earliest memories was Dirty Harry Deadpool at the drive-in.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, I've seen a few of that ilk, but as far as Charles Bronson movies go, I saw, yeah... Or sorry, not Dirty Harry, Death Wish Deadpool. What am I talking about? Yeah, so I've seen a few Charles Bronson movies, but guys, I gotta say, I feel really honored to be here for Death Wish 3. This is such a great movie. It really and truly is. My wife was ill today, and I almost said, hey, I can't make it, but unfortunately I made her sit through the movie with me, so I would feel very, very guilty if it was all for naught.
Now, did it work out like a faith healing thing? Is she doing okay now?
No, she was ill after she saw the movie.
Oh, of course.
Makes sense. So the thing about Death Wish 3 for me is it's always regarded as like the pinnacle of Bronson movies, and I think it's good. Like it's great as far as a Bronson canon film goes, but I'm not sure it's my favorite Bronson canon film. I'm not sure what it is about Death Wish 3, whether it's the cartoon nature of it, whatever it might be, but it's just like held on such high regard. When in my opinion, I think Death Wish 4 is a better movie because it's back with J. Lee Thompson, who Bronson and him made Kinjite, which is probably my favorite Bronson canon movie, just because it's so offensive. It's a kind of like Kinjite reminds me of like what people actually think Death Wish is going to be like. And Death Wish is kind of like almost a more tame version of that movie. Because that movie, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but that is just a full-on racist movie.
Oh, yeah.
And it was made after every Death Wish except for 5.
I mean, it's in our theme song.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, compared to like how carefully they handle like racial situations and how modestly they portray women in movies, in Death Wish 3... I'm sure.
Yeah, Death Wish 3's got a little touch of class, I'd say, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're really sensitive with how they handle rape and race in this movie.
I think it feels classy because it's shot like a play.
Yeah, and by shot like a play, you mean just cheap as all hell.
Meaning it's all on one stage.
Yeah,
like
and they just
it looks like we're watching Newsies. Yeah,
they just use one set of lights, just fucking turn them on for the day and fucking roll. It is the cheapest looking fucking movie. And like, the thing is, it's directed by Michael Winner, who's a Grindbin All-Star. Grindbin All-Star from Death Wish 2. Michael Winner also directed Death Wish 1. He was once regarded as kind of like an actual legitimate filmmaker. By this point in his career, absolutely not. And it shows. I don't know if you guys think so too, but this is so fucking lazy. This whole movie.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't... I don't think Michael Winner really showed up to this one.
Well, I have some stories. I don't know if you did any deep dive on the trivia like I did, but we're going to get into Michael Winner and how he's probably one of the worst people we've ever dealt with on this show.
Oh, he's a real character for sure.
Oh, yeah. And so, speaking of characters, the Death Wish series was created by Brian Garfield. We have talked about him before. We talked about him in Death Wish 2 and how basically the book that he made is nothing like what the Death Wish movies turned out to be.
Now, wasn't the book that he made somewhat loosely adapted into Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, it was eventually, yes, like you're saying, loosely adapted into that. But he does not like the Death Wish movies of the series and tries to disown it, but they still give him character credits on every movie. So the writer of this movie, though, is Don Jacoby. He has 13 credits, and wow, guys. Wow. He wrote 1983's Blue Thunder.
All right.
He also wrote 1984's The Philadelphia Experiment. Mm-hmm. Then he went on to write, in the same year as this movie, another canon classic, 1985's Life Force.
Oh. Great movie.
Yeah. He wrote Life Force. And then he wrote this movie, but he's credited as Michael Edmonds and not Don Jacoby. And apparently... I have a whole bunch of trivia about him, but screenwriter Don Jacoby objected to changes to his script and had his name removed from the movie in favor of his pseudonym Michael Edmonds. However, Jacoby's name and writer credit remained on the trailer, which is included on the MGM DVD of this movie. Originally, filming was set to begin in the fall of 1984, with Don Jacoby listed as the screenwriter, although it was reported that principal photography would begin in 1985 in New York City. There was rumors at the time that Chuck Norris was going to take on the starring role of this movie.
See, I read about that, yeah.
And
I can't picture it.
The reason is because Bronson hated the script.
Right.
And he kept trying to drop out of the movie, but he had signed that agreement to be in, I believe it was after Death Wish 2, he signed an agreement to be in at least 2 more Death Wish movies and other movies for canon. But finally, they agreed on a script by Jacoby. However, his name does not appear on it, and he used a pseudonym because he still hates it.
Well, to be fair, it does appear that Bronson did drop out of the movie. He's not really acting so much as almost like somebody who's playing a video game very poorly and just kind of bumping into plot devices.
Oh, yeah, and we'll get into that because somebody in the cast of this movie really rips Bronson a new one. And I can't wait to get to that trivia. So apparently, Don Jacoby had originally come up with the concept of Paul Kersey facing street gangs, terrorizing elderly citizens. However, Don Jacoby, they'd written here, had specialized in science fiction films, having developed scripts for Life Force. He also wrote Invaders from Mars 1 year after this movie.
So he was originally thinking alien street gangs.
Well, apparently he wanted to turn Bronson's character into like John Rambo. And Bronson was not on board.
Interesting.
Right, and turn all the immigrants into aliens.
How did he plan on making 64-year-old ass Charles Bronson John Rambo?
Well, it just says day by day.
Oh, makes sense.
That's all you need. So no, apparently Bronson got really upset with this, and then they hired another screenwriter to go. Well, actually, it was the producer got somebody else to write other revisions to the script. They came back with 3 different samples for Bronson, and he hated them all. So they just went back to the original script.
What a waste.
I feel like Bronson just hates pretty much everything. He just seems like he's got the mug on him, that he's not super duper happy all the time.
But no complaints for Kinjite.
Yeah, that one he felt really felt real.
You feel like Cannon was really afraid to give him the script, and he gets it and goes, no, I like it.
Yeah, I agree with everything in this movie.
Yep. So, yes, I mentioned he also wrote Invaders from Mars. And then this one, guys, this is a great find here. 1986, Don Jacoby is credited with the screenplay for the video game adaptation of Death Wish 3.
See, and I was actually going to bring this up. Yeah, it was a ZX Spectrum game, and boy howdy, it's not a great game, but extremely violent for the time, including like localized situational gore based on where you shoot the character. Like it's
way ahead of its time.
Way ahead of its time for a murder simulator. If I would have played it, I might have been shooting people by now.
Oh dear.
But you can actually watch footage of the game on YouTube, and I gotta say, I sent it to Bobby yesterday.
Yeah.
The soundtrack for that game, holy shit. So here, guys, the other credits for Don Jacoby, in my opinion, just keep getting better. 1990, he wrote Arachnophobia.
All right.
Oh, boy. What a great movie.
Yep.
Solid.
Gets better because 7 years later, he wrote the Van Damme Dennis Rodman duo team
Double
up.
team.
Oh,
Double
yeah, double
team.
team. Of course.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
I don't know about you guys, but that might be my favorite Van Damme movie.
That
Really?
probably is the best Van Damme movie, yeah.
Look, Bloodsport's great and all, but come on, man. Double team?
Yeah, Sudden Death is all right, too. And the one with him and his twin, that was pretty good. But
Yeah.
Double Impact.
come on. Double Impact, that's the one.
Yeah. Double Team, yes, love that movie. And like you're saying, that Sudden Death,
Yeah.
god damn, Powers Booth in that movie is like
Yeah.
a revelation, dude.
But it's hard to beat the muscles from Brussels and the worm.
Exactly. And so then 1998, guys, he followed up Double Team with a movie we've referenced quite a few times on this show. Bobby, he wrote 1998's John Carpenter's Vampires.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Lord. I remember seeing that one again in the movie theaters, and holy hamburgers, that was a bad movie.
Now,
Oh,
Eddie,
I saw
when,
that.
when you were in the theater watching it, Eddie, did you get a little mahogany?
Little bit.
Little teak?
I saw that with my dad in the theater.
Wow, what a Father's Day.
Oh,
Did your
yeah.
dad get a little mahogany?
We were both jacked like hell.
Nice.
I mean, I think that's the film that turned James Woods.
It might have been. And you know what the last credit in Don Jacoby's illustrious screenwriting career was?
How did
Dare I
he? How did he
guess.
put the cherry on top?
2001's Evolution.
Oh,
Perfect.
Another movie I saw in the theater with dead member of the Grindbin, Chris Hughes.
oh wow.
Yeah.
R.I.P.D.
He still talks about that movie today.
Well, Chris, what did you think of the movie?
Great. Now
Thanks,
I gotta
Hughes.
find a Hughes clip.
Make you work for it.
So we get to the cast of this movie, guys. Ed Lauder, who plays the chief in this movie.
You'd like me to be louder?
Yeah. 208 credits. I think everybody's seen him in something.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a longtime character actor. It's not like he's ever really starred in anything, but he's always in like every sort of movie. Like I start looking through these and like my childhood is just like, damn, he was in everything.
Yeah. Longtime character actor, primarily this character.
Yeah, my wife said he might be the best actor in this movie, but he's probably going to be gone after the first act.
And he stays around till the last frame.
He sure does.
So some credits I have written down for him. He was in Cujo. He's in the 1970s King Kong. He's in Real Genius, Raw Deal, The Rocketeers, School Ties. He was in Cronenberg's Crash. And like tons and tons and tons of movies. And like you're saying, Bobby, always playing the same character.
Yeah,
Yep.
generally. More recently, he was in The Artist, if you remember that movie.
Oh, yeah, that movie,
The-
that won Best Picture that
Yeah.
nobody had ever heard of. And
The
still
Jean
never heard
Desjardins
of.
movie.
Yeah.
And the remake/sequel of The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Which
He was in the remake of that, huh?
is also a remake/sequel of Scream, if you've seen it.
The next person I have written down, guys, is Deborah Raffin, who plays Catherine in this movie. Who now there's an actress that's only in it for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, but man, does she make the most of it.
Does it seem like this was just a complete afterthought? Like at some point they're like, "Holy
Yes.
shit, we got to add a woman."
Yeah, I do think that, actually.
Yeah, we need some sort of a romantic interest.
And Chuck was like, why?
Well, chicken.
Yeah, chicken's good.
We'll get into her character, and I have some theories. I have because this is like I'm going on at least 5 times watching Death Wish 3 at this point, and
Just this afternoon.
yeah, and my mind started to race to the point where I'm like, I gotta create something in my mind because I know every goddamn beat of this fucking movie.
You started
So
a
you've gone
headcanon?
crazy.
You're writing fan fiction?
Yeah, pretty much. So I started to notice little things, and I told Bobby this before recording. There is a moment in this movie that may be my favorite Bronson moment of all time.
And you didn't tell me what that moment was, and I can't wait to find this out.
It's something very small, and you guys are going to just be like, what? But no, trust me. It defines his entire life, really. So Deborah Raffin has 43 credits, including Ski Lift to Death in 1978.
The classic.
Yeah, which is a TV movie. We've talked about it on this podcast before, but apparently it's people getting stuck on a ski lift, and they made a whole movie out of it. Nice pitch for a TV movie, by the way. Real cheap. All we need is a ski lift.
You know, there was a modern movie that was exactly that, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was like Frozen, but not the one with the girl from all the weird, vaguely sexual Spider-Man videos. Something to that effect, though.
The Disney movie? They just got stuck on a chairlift the whole movie?
No, but there was actually a horror movie in that setting. It was similar to that Deep Water movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man. I want to see a Disney version of that. That'd be amazing.
A Disney version of Deep Water or Ski Lift to Death?
Of the other Frozen.
Oh, of the other...
Yeah.
I just want to see a Disney character fall out of a ski lift, break their legs, and get eaten by wolves.
Yeah. Everybody thinks they're going to see the new Toy Story, and Woody just falls out of a ski lift and breaks his leg for the whole movie. I think it'd be great, man. For the fucking ultimate swerve. So then she was also in Bobby Grizzly 2, the concert.
Oh, man. Now that's what I wanted out of a sequel. I wanted that bear to learn how to play the guitar.
If you look up the pictures for that movie, you're like, what the fuck is going on?
You may know it under its alternate title, Country Bear Jamboree.
So that's the Disney movie. Like, and when it bombed, they're like, just call it Grizzly 2, the concert. And then she was in 1991 Scanners 2, which is a movie
concert.
Scanners 2, the concert, a movie series that didn't need a sequel, just like RoboCop did not need a fucking sequel, but we did it
anyways. Shut your fucking mouth, Mike.
RoboCop 2 was good.
Like half of it.
Okay, we can excuse Eddie from this podcast right now.
Eddie, thank you for your time. We will no longer be needing your services.
Come back as the Ed 209.
Yes!
Fuck all you up.
All right, he's back in. So Martin Balsam, who plays Bennett in this movie, now this... really slumming it, I think. 178 credits, and when I start going through the things that Martin's been in, it's like, god damn, man, at some point in his career, he just needed the money.
This was very sad.
Yeah, considering he was in Tora, the original Cape Fear, All the President's Men, Psycho, 12 Angry Men, the 1990s Cape Fear, Murder on the Orient Express, and then he finally kind of went over to the canon dark side with Delta Force. And then Death Wish 3, and then he kind of just unceremoniously was in some more movies until he eventually passed away in the 90s. But I did find an interesting movie he made in 1972, The Hassled Hooker.
Oh.
So he wasn't always on top. So the other person I have written down, guys, who I'm sure everybody knows of, that was alive in the 80s, is that this is Alex Winter from Bill and Ted, his first movie.
Also from The Lost Boys.
Yes.
Yeah, and this was it. This was his first movie, and if you watch the documentary Electric Boogaloo, which is a great documentary about canon films, he's interviewed in that movie like he's the star of Death Wish 3. I mean, he's in like half the goddamn movie.
It's because he was the one who agreed to talk.
Yeah. But he says that Michael Winter was, quote, a pathologically brutal, strange, sadistic, insecure, egotistical character. So he doesn't hold back.
But otherwise a nice guy.
And then he also
and he'd
said...
love to work with him again.
Yeah. He also said that Charles Bronson had a Jaguar that would drive him, not the animal, a car.
An animal that would drive him?
Yes.
Yeah, it would wear a little hat.
It's crazy.
And
it was
pick him up.
A Jaguar driving a Jaguar. And it would drive him from his dressing room to the set, which was about 3 feet.
Oh, dear Lord.
And Alex Winter said it was, quote, more like watching a man golf than act.
There you go. Yep, perfect.
So a little bit of trivia before we get into the movie, guys. Charles Bronson was 64 years old when he appeared in this movie.
64 years young.
I mean, you couldn't tell, right?
No, he doesn't look it.
No, he doesn't look with that like old man undershirt and pulled up pants to the waist and everything. Pulled them up all the way to the nips.
He doesn't look a day over disinterested.
He looks like he could have been a resident to that apartment complex.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into the theories about that place, but we'll finish the trivia here. According to the book Bronson's Loose by Paul Talbot, I
hope he got sued for claiming that.
Well, he got a colostomy bag after and took care of it.
Oh my God.
By the way, I'm going to order this book because I think there's more tidbits we're going to need to learn about our old friend Bronson.
I'm going to do the audiobook for free.
Oh, perfect. You can find that on our Patreon. Eddie will do the entire audiobook. We're not going to pay him anything. We're just going to... He's just doing it out of the kindness of his heart. Thanks,
no, I'm going to do it for the love.
Perfect, yeah. So the original title of this movie was Death Wish 3 in Roman numerals, And Bobby, this is apparently when they changed it because Canon figured out that the U.S. population are fucking idiots.
They finally figured it out.
They're like, they're not going to know what Death Wish I means.
They didn't figure that out with all of the previous canon films they released that were successful?
No, I think that's exactly why they do.
Ah,
They're
okay.
like,
There you
oh,
go.
End of the Ninja did great, so we should change that Death Wish because these people are fucking dumb. So apparently, apart from the establishing shots of New York at the beginning, the film is mostly shot in England.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, and whether or not it's actually shot in any street in England or not, that's up for debate, because this just looks like a fucking film set to me.
That explains why one of the gangs was a bunch of chimney sweeps.
I felt like there was a point when they had like a crowd watching the stunt show at the end of this movie.
Yeah, when Bronson was trying to get into that closet to hide and Mr. Tumnus came out with that AR-15, I was wondering what was going on.
So the gun used in this movie, the Wildy 475 Magnum, that is Bronson's personal gun.
Of fucking course it is.
He brings it with him everywhere he goes.
He did. He brought it to the film, and apparently the guy who made the gun said that whenever this movie was shown on cable, the sales for his gun would go through the fucking roof.
Perfect.
Because that's what you want, a
Fantastic.
bunch of drunk house dads watching Death Wish 3 in the middle of the afternoon on HBO.
And now people do that with news reports.
Yeah, every day's Death Wish 3. Just a bunch of middle-aged white men getting worried about it.
So apparently Charles Bronson rarely granted interviews, it says in this trivia, or commented on his own films. However, he was very
the work
clear.
speaks for itself.
Well, you know, he has actually said that.
Of course
but
he has.
This was one of the movies he flat out came out and said that he hated it. And he says that Michael Winner added in cutaway shots of more gore.
Yeah, I read about that, and he was not happy.
He hated it and he got fucking paid to make it.
Well, yeah, when you learn how much he got, too. He got $1.2 million out of a budget of 11.
I paid $3 to watch it and I fucking hated it. And I don't feel bad for him.
This was actually the first Death Wish to be made post Bernie Getz, the vigilante shooter in New York. Bernard Goetz. By the way,
any relation?
I just thought of that, actually. Holy shit, I don't know about that one. But apparently after this movie, Charles Bronson publicly stated that he recommended people not imitate his character.
Also, don't see my film.
Everybody before then that was imitating his character was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles Bronson said, don't go around with a Wildie in real life. He wanted to make that absolutely clear. Only he should be doing that.
Running around indiscriminately shooting minorities with a God killer pistol, that's a bad idea.
You want to be a little bit more discriminate.
Apparently the movie was rated X, and then they had to appeal it to finally get it down to R. And X in 1985 is like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
So
What was he,
remember-
fucking the corpses?
Well, he said they added stuff on cutaways, Bobby, so, you know.
Fucking corpses. So I remember a buddy of mine used to run a video rental place, and the rule was that you could only watch movies that were PG-13 or lower.
Yeah,
so they
that was the rule of mine, too.
Yeah, so they figured out in Clash of the Titans you can see tits, so they would just put that on all the time.
Okay, so here's another piece from Alex Winter. He says that when Bronson was about to hit him with a lead pipe, it kept taking longer than expected. He couldn't get it up.
Oh, no.
But
Is it because Alex Winter's a white guy?
No, it's because, well, this is the quotes. He says that Michael Winter said, "Charlie, we all want to go home. Would you please hit this man so we can go home?" And Bronson said, "I can't hit this kid. He looks like a fucking choir boy. I'll lose my audience." And it's like, really? But you're right, Bobby. Maybe it was a little code for, he's a white kid. Can you get the giggler?
I can't harm this boy.
Where's that giggler?
I need an enemy whose last name ends in G-E-R.
Can we get the giggler to the set? I told you I won't do any sex scenes.
Apparently, so this is another one. Alex Winter said that apparently he was going to be in the rape scene, but he didn't want to take part of it.
Yeah, so I did see. Oh, you're talking about the topless woman rape scene, not the in the screenplay male on male prison rape scene.
No, which was added into Kinjite.
Yeah.
No. Alex Winter said that he didn't want to. No, the scene where they rape Maria.
Okay. I only studied the rape facts for this movie.
Oh, okay. So you just went to IMDb, click trivia, put Control F, rape.
No, I actually just have a thing that notifies me whenever any new articles are written about rape.
Yeah. There's an app called Rape Facts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I published it.
He's been a busy boy.
So this is, we mentioned the final death wish between Bronson and Michael Winter. They had previously collaborated on the original two movies, as well as Chato's Land and The Mechanic and The Stone Killer.
It's weird after hearing all those comments Bronson made about this movie particularly that he wouldn't want to work with him again. Yeah,
well, we're going to get into that because apparently, according to Marina Sirtis, who is the woman who got raped in this movie, she said that the rape scene was shot in a very cold garage and Michael Winter wouldn't let her sit up. And the director of photography put a coat over her, and Winter yelled at him to remove it because he was trying to, quote, light the scene.
Real class act, that Michael Winter.
Here's another quote, actually, from Marina. She says, and this was in reference, in a 2019 interview with The Stage, she was asked about experiences in the Me Too movement. And she said, quote, I know you're not supposed to speak ill of the dead, but I hope Michael Winter will rot in hell for all eternity.
Wow.
I was pressured into doing a graphic rape scene with nudity I did not feel comfortable with and said nothing. You didn't say anything because you were told you would never work again, and I wasn't going to let some idiot who didn't know how to behave destroy the dream I had since I was 3 years old.
And I just wish she hadn't stolen that quote from Rex Reed.
Living the dream.
Apparently, according to Alex Winter, Michael Winter would walk around set smoking a big cigar and had an assistant behind him with a cigar box. If the assistant went over a certain line, he was fired. And Winter had a new assistant every day.
Is it like a Bugs Bunny skit?
He's a
like
fucking asshole.
With his foot, he's drawing a line and going, I dare you to cross this line.
Probably. He sounds like a real fucking piece of work. Now, you know, guys, you do know that the soundtrack is credited as Jimmy Page again?
Yeah, Jimmy Page.
Yeah, that's only because the parts they reuse from Death Wish 2.
Right, yeah. I remember that. He had absolutely
Jimmy
no
Page had no
involvement
idea
with the
there was a
movie.
Death Wish 3.
Yeah, no. Michael Winter apparently also edited the movie, and he used his pseudonym, as you could see in the movie, Arnold Crust.
Crust.
Yeah.
Great
Perfect.
name.
So that's about it for the trivia. I have a bunch more, but as like reading over it, it's like it's not really great stuff. So
Well, some of it's kind of depressing. Specifically, the girl that played Sandy and her relationship with the director.
oh
then
yes,
lover.
please go on.
Yeah, well, she apparently was, she played the topless woman who was raped by the punks, Sandy Grizzle, I think. She was the lover of the director who subsequently in a couple of British tabloids claimed that Winter whipped her and used her as a sex slave.
Again,
So-
class act.
And again, this came up on my app right now, so so you know, whenever rape comes up, he gave her a soft Epstein, is what I like to call it, because at least she was not a minor.
That's actually
Well, we don't know that.
That's actually what Eddie calls the genre of music he makes.
Soft Epstein, yeah.
So, guys,
Just Eddie's in a turtleneck.
Yeah, I'm in a turtleneck, and it's like dubstep meets like K-pop.
Oh,
unless you have anything else, we'll get into the movie here. Now, they do say that the beginning of this movie was filmed in New York, and obviously it is because of the skyline and the bridge. But we open on maybe the worst shot of the whole movie. Like, it is the shakiest fucking footage I've ever seen of a bus driving. Like, we've zoomed in all the way from a rooftop in New York that we clearly were not allowed to stand on and film.
it's shaking like the cameraman's worried the bus is going to see him.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like he's like, no, just get up there and film any bus you see. Just do it. Just fucking do it.
Well, I'm afraid it's one of the old people that's coming up with a palsy. Like,
Oh,
what's
God.
going on?
But yeah, it's like shaking all over, and then we just kind of cut to close-up shots of Bronson in the bus, which is clearly not the same bus because it's not moving at in the same area or anything. They just shot a bus in New York and called it a day.
He rode a Jaguar 3 feet to get on this bus.
Do you think he had the Jaguar tail the bus so that when he got off the bus that day that he didn't even have to touch ground?
Yeah,
he just went
stepped right out.
Yeah.
He did like a trust fall into the backseat.
Yeah, it's kind of like in Speed when Keanu Reeves is in that guy's convertible.
We have
just
to keep
like
this
that.
piece of shit movie going over 55 miles per hour.
Bronson said that the whole movie is like, keep it over 55, Michael. Keep
I'm
it up.
talking about the age of all the actors, so I look young.
Yeah, it is a kind of a thing where Bronson gets everybody else in the movie to be older than him except the woman.
As it should be.
Yeah. So now Bronson gets back. He's finally back in New York City, England.
He's back in the New York groove.
Yeah.
New Yorkshire.
And boy, does this credit sequence last forever. I mean,
I couldn't believe that shit.
God
Yeah.
damn. And
Like, it felt like 11 minutes of just watching a bus.
also, like, okay, you go into an Arnold movie, you go into a Stallone movie, whatever it might be, the new action movie. I mean, you go see a Fast and the Furious. I'm sure you're going to get some sort of, like, nowadays I'm sure you're getting some sort of, like, rap song or something. But in Arnold movies, you get, like, the grandiose, like, the big orchestra, we're getting
Some
big,
kind of...
yeah, like the big timpani hits and everything,
Or at least like a sweet, like, Faltermeyer score.
Yeah, but not what I don't think of when it comes to action movies is like soft jazz.
It's like elevator music.
Yeah.
I think it fits the character. Paul Kersey would listen to that.
Yeah, we'll get into the joke later when he goes,
I don't normally listen to the hard stuff, but...
Do you think he was in the editing room with Michael Winter? Arnold is Michael and Crust is Bronson. And they're editing the movie. He goes, nope, tone it down. We don't want him to get too excited. We're going to have Wiley in the movie, Michael. Tone it down. So we watch this bus drive, and finally we arrive in England, New York City. It looks a lot like...
the set of the Bronx Warriors.
I wrote the same thing, yeah.
Yep.
Where's trash? And you got... So apparently, like, obviously they just found, like, well, the cheapest outfits we can do is punk.
The punks they're showing all look like they're about to fight the Ninja Turtles.
They really do. And, like, I don't know how you guys watch this movie. I have it on Blu-ray, and it is not kind to this movie.
Yeah, I watched a Blu-ray as well.
Yeah, I got a 1080p rip, and I was watching it on there. Yeah, boy, howdy, it didn't look great. Boy, did this just look like a set. I'm just telling you. It looks like somebody took a street, dumped trash on it, and said, everybody rip your clothes and run out there.
I mean, Jesus, you could see the grips taking lunch.
Yeah.
And so what we see next is that these punks, they sneak into this old dude's apartment. His name is Charlie, which is confusing considering we have Charlie Bronson and Charlie in the movie. They cause a distraction by breaking his windows, and Alex Winter's in here too, right?
Brandishing a bike chain.
Yeah, and they're here to collect money from this guy, Bobby.
Which I don't think they're the landlords. Like, I don't know what's going on with this whole situation, but I don't think he actually owes them money.
Actually, no, my apartment building is run by Alex Winter.
Oh, okay.
My rent just went up because he's got that new Bill and Ted movie coming out.
Yeah.
It went up? Hell, it
Yeah,
should go
yeah.
down at this point. He's getting that sweet Bill and Ted money.
Now I'm paying for celebrity.
I think he's working on speculation that it's going to, make money, too.
Yeah, everybody thinks of Alex Winter as like, man, all the things he did. It's like, really?
I was about to argue already. Everybody
like-
thinks about Alex Winter.
You lost me there.
Well, they put him in the, like, hey, look who we got in the movie. We got Alex Winter. It's like, he's just, other than Bill and Ted, what do we got?
Yeah, I hear Alex Winter, and I think, is that the brother of the albino that played all the instruments in Frankenstein? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, one of the Winter brothers, yeah. So no, they're there to collect the money. Bronson finally gets off his bus, right? He's going to go, which doesn't make any sense. So he gets off the bus, and then he goes to a payphone to call his friend Charlie.
Yeah. Like, hey, I'm just going to show up in town and see if he's around.
Yeah, and at this point, I don't even see him carrying bags or anything. But he gets out of this payphone. He goes to call up his good friend Charlie. But Bobby, when he calls, somebody else picks up.
Yeah, Yeah, like they pick up and they hang it right back up again.
Yeah, and so then Bronson pays this cab. So Bronson wants to go to Charlie's house. Now, there's that great part when there's a little bit of a traffic jam here.
I gotta say, before he leaves the bus terminal, did you guys catch that a woman is getting mugged behind him while he's on the phone?
Where the hell were you on that, Bronson?
He let, it's like Casey at the bat, man. He's gonna let that pitch sail right by.
Can't stop them all.
He's like, I didn't like that one.
That's like the foreplay, man. He's gotta let it, gotta get himself excited, man. Just one mugging, that ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, we need her tits out on her back before he intervenes.
You're right. Actually,
we've always known that about his characters.
It's like it has to be a rape, or else he can't perform.
He's like, has anything even happened yet?
As soon as he hears a shirt button ripping, then he's like, okay, I'm ready. So no, he pays this cab driver $20 to get around some accident. I think somebody died, but Bronson didn't give a shit.
So he'll drive up on the fucking sidewalk.
Yeah. And so he goes to what I write down as like a senior living community in the middle of the Bronx.
Yeah. But he's at the corner just in time to see the thugs drive by.
Yeah.
Because he didn't make it.
No. Okay, so then we can get into this point now. Everybody who lives in this apartment building is... Like, what would you say? Bronson is the youngest guy at 64.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else is like, we're talking 80 plus.
Bronson is the nice young man who came today.
Everybody that lives in this apartment complex is dead now. Like, of old age.
Way to take it dark, Mike.
I mean, I don't think it would have been much longer. It would have been before Death Wish 4 that these people all passed on.
Yeah, because Bronson said, why don't we get the gang back together?
We're like, what gang?
Yeah, sorry to tell you, Chuck, they're all dead.
3 of them didn't make the end of the shoot.
Well, look, Charlie, their wish came true. It's over, buddy.
Do you think he did that famous Simpsons line at the end of this movie where they go, what'd you think of the movie, Charlie? As he's walking off and he goes, I wish I was dead. So now Bronson comes in to the senior living community in the middle of the Bronx. And he comes in with his bags and he's like, hey, Charlie.
Yeah, at this point, he's got bags. I don't know where they fucking came from. He didn't have them on the plane.
No.
He didn't have them on the bus. He didn't have them at the fucking payphone. He just found them on the way. I guess they did a little bit of shopping before they showed up.
So he shows up and, Charlie ain't looking too good, guys.
Nah, he dead.
He's like bleeding from the mouth, and Bronson kind of walks up. He's like, what the hell happened, Charlie? You all right?
And it's sort of like, it's unclear what these wounds even are because they just sort of splashed him with some fake blood.
What's wrong, Charlie? Were the pearls in the tapioca a little too tough today?
I mean, he looks decorated like a donut.
And he walks in with his gun drawn, too. Which I thought it kind of would have been funny if maybe Bronson accidentally shot him.
Yeah, he pulls out his .38 snub nose. Oh, shit. Demons.
Damnedest thing. They had the same gun.
I gotta get this thing fixed.
So then he tells Bronson, he goes, his last words are like, take care of my things.
My things. Cool.
Bronson's like, I don't know. Do you have a will? It's a... fuck it.
I want him shaking the corpse going, what things?
Charlie, wake up.
Damn it, Charlie.
And by the way, Bronson could not even shed half a tear. Like, he just kind of just...
No.
His old friend that he took a bus and a cab and a payphone to get to.
Yeah.
And he just looks like they were out of free samples at Costco. He's like,
I guess I'll come back later.
Guess I'll go around the other way and see if they have any of the little Vienna sausages.
You imagine Michael Winter being like, hey, Charlie, maybe we get a little more emotion in this take? And
no.
He's already taken off with his Jaguar.
1 foot in the Jag. Yeah. That should have been the title of this. Death Wish 3, 1 foot in the Jag.
Oh, I like it.
I imagine they would be like, and cut. And you just hear the engine rev. And so then, now the cops are here, right? And they take Bronson to the station because they, for some reason, think he killed him. And, I mean, it does make sense. I mean, you have a strange old man standing above a guy with a gun out who's dead on the ground. They're like, yeah, we should ask him some questions.
Though I do like their approach of just immediately going, this son of a bitch killed him.
So we have your basic Con Air intro.
I do like that, Eddie. Actually, it is. Yeah, it's your basic Con Air intro. That's exactly how I describe this type of thing.
Now I want to see Con Air starring Bronson.
Oh, could you imagine?
Every black person would have been thrown out of the plane along with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
It would have just been like, hey, you're diabetic. Gotta get rid of you. You Mexican, you're out of here.
I don't think Johnny 23 would have lasted.
No.
We could have had the Weather Girls on the soundtrack. Absolutely soaking wet.
Could you imagine Bronson dealing with that guy in the dress?
Sally can't dance.
No, he can't. And
Not anymore.
You can't fly either. And then out of the plane.
I love that. Sally can't dance, but can he fly? Nope.
He just walks by Malkovich and goes, "You I like.
Got
Fine
no problem
with
with
you.
you, Cyrus.
You're missing
This
a
one
couple
here is
of,
misunderstood."
You're missing a couple of tattoos, but otherwise, I love the haircut.
I just imagine that scene when he throws Dave Chappelle out the bottom of the airplane. Is that he goes, "Do we got any more? When do we get the rest?"
Racist Con Air, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just trying to see my daughter and give her this bunny. Do you think he'd have any problems with Steve Buscemi? Or he'd be like, "No problem with you, son. You seem like a fine, upstanding gentleman. But this guy with the insulin, what the fuck? Am I right?"
Gotta get rid of him. He's clearly an addict. He's asking for needles. Throw him out. That's what they call heroin.
Or as we know from Death Wish 2, he's hopped up on the morphine.
Hey, to bring it back.
So no, the police, I do love this. Is this the only time in any movie we're going to see police try to beat a confession out of Charles Bronson?
Probably.
I was worried for the cops.
Yeah.
But they're slapping him around, and at one point they're like, "You want some water? You want some water? Yeah, that's too bad." I'm like, I've never seen like a beating, like them trying to beat a confession out of a prisoner and denying them water. That's a new one.
I mean, it's the other side of the waterboarding coin, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
Strap you to the chair and refuse to pour water.
I don't know about you guys, but when I get slapped around by the cops, I'm always fucking thirsty as all hell, dude.
When you're getting slapped by the salami in the dream room.
Exactly. I'm thirsty.
You act thirsty.
So then the chief comes in and he's like, "What the fuck's going on?" And they like kind of scatter out, right? And by the way, this movie is so fucking cheap they couldn't even afford an interrogation room. This police station has one fucking room and a holding cell.
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's shot like a play. So enter the chief. He reaches his little tape mark on the stage, sits down, and goes, "Well, I'll be a son of a bitch."
Everybody in the black leotards running behind him to set up
Striking
the
the set.
mugshot.
Imagine if the original plan was to make Death Wish 3 into a stage play.
I would
Into
love
a
it.
musical.
I would 100% love to see that as a stage play.
You probably could.
I think there's still time to do it. We can make an off-Broadway. People would love this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, can you imagine that? Oh, they made an off-Broadway show about Death Wish? No. Death Wish 3.
You know, I say we do it Avenue Q style and get some puppets.
Oh, some puppets, and then just Paul Kersey's the only human?
Yes, yes, 100%.
Perfect. Nailed it. I was just about to say.
So the chief comes in.
I just want to see the scene where he finds Charlie. He's holding a limp puppet on the ground. "Charlie, what have they done to
What
you?"
have they done?
And the woman is also a puppet, right?
Yeah, everybody.
Oh, God. Are we actually... But you know what? We're not pulling back, guys. We're having the sex scene.
Oh, yeah. We're putting it all in.
Full penetrative X-rated sex with the puppet.
Yep. Right on stage for Death Wish 3, the musical.
It's going to be like the Happy Time Murders, but somehow worse.
Yeah. And we'll also cast... Actually, we're going to cast Melissa McCarthy as Paul Kersey.
Oh, that'd be great.
So the chief comes in and he's like, "Hey, hold on. I know who you are. Everybody knows Paul Kersey."
I've seen
He
the
just-
first two.
Immediately knows who he is. Nobody ever asked for Bronson, to give him an ID, because I feel like the only ID he has is a social security card or something.
AARP.
But it is great though that he just walks in for 2 seconds and goes, "Paul Kersey."
Yeah.
See, I was there 10 years ago. Like, were you?
Yeah, he says,
Because I saw that movie.
yeah, he goes, I was there when they brought in one of your victims. Something about how he got shot in the foot, and it was really bad. I'm like, I think you've seen worse, dude. You work in New York City, but okay. And so then he says, the last damn thing I need around here is another vigilante. And Bronson, he's like, why are you in town? And Bronson's like, I'm visiting my friend. And he's like, well, sure, visiting your friend, huh? We know your story. And he goes, no. I'm not a vigilante anymore. I mean, since Death Wish 2. And then the chief's like, really? And then there's this whole argument where, like, Bronson starts to go, I think you're violating my constitutional rights. And they get into this, like, big argument about how long could you be held by the police and all this. But basically, we also learn, I don't know if it's right here or not, but we learn the background of what happened with Bronson and how he apparently, from L.A., he left L.A. and then left a fucking trail of carnage in his wake on the way to New York City.
See, and this
That
is the
sounds
movie
about right.
I want to see.
Yeah, right? Bronson, like, Death Wish on the road? Because he also says something like, we found 2 dead in Kansas City, then Chicago, and I'm like, what the fuck kind of bus route is he taking?
It's natural born Bronson.
We could get like a Death Wish Tokyo Drift.
But apparently he's been pulling death wishes all across the country, and I do love that part. He goes, no, I'm not. No more vigilante for me.
I'm a sovereign citizen. You can't hold me, cop.
And that's when the chief says to him, he goes, well, take him away, cops, and forget the bail. And I go, I think that's usually up to a judge, but fuck it.
Yeah, I don't think cops get to determine that. He's not fucking Judge Dredd, is he?
Well, maybe in this, like, post-apocalyptic New York he is, So we get to Bronson in the holding cells.
Oh, yeah.
And Bobby, this is when we get it, right? Like, the old Bronson's coming out here.
This is great. This is Charlie Rorschach. We're getting the, I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
Now, my favorite part of this is, like, Bronson comes into the cell. Everybody's kind of, giving him a good look, right?
Yeah, there's a guy, like, punching bars, and then he, like, punches a fat guy for no fucking reason.
These are the inmates that, like, Daffy Duck would get put in with.
Yeah.
Like when he's playing a mobster.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite is when Bronson goes over to the toilet, which is torn out of the wall, and some other fat guy looks at him and goes, I tore it out.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And then for no reason tries to attack Bronson in the most, like, stage actor way ever.
Yeah, guy that looks like fucking a Bobo from Double Dragon trying to fight Bronson. Just shoves his head through the fucking bars.
Oh, that was pretty great.
Yeah.
And everyone starts laughing.
And somehow his head is bloody now, like on the sides. Like you're saying, Bobby, the old standbys just put a little blood on him.
Yep.
Well, I think his ears got torn.
Oh my God. So Bronson did like some sort of like fucking Mike Tyson through the bars?
No, it's just the bars. He didn't quite have the head clearance. So I think, I think some things got pushed. It's like when Mick Foley lost an ear in a wrestling match in Germany.
He got a little bar burn.
That's all it is.
And that's when we first get introduced to, I call him Lead Punk just so you know who he is. He's the leader of the punks.
Yeah.
His name is actually, though, Bobby, what's his actual name?
The leader of the punks?
It's like...
I had it written
It's like
down.
Ragnarok.
It was Archie.
Yeah, it's Fracker.
Fracker, yeah.
Fracker.
I just call him Lead Punk because he's the leader. Now this guy, right? Now you're saying your wife said that she likes the Chief as the best actor, maybe because he's the most established.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this is the best actor of the movie.
No, she deemed this guy Voldemort without a shave, which
Nice.
pretty apt.
This guy is really going for it, right? Like, he knew what movie he was in the whole time, and he's like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm going for this shit. He goes fucking full on, man. And he brings so much character to just what would be a thug in any other movie. I really, really like this character in this movie. I don't know if you guys feel the same way.
Well, first of all, he's a punk, but he's wearing a reverse mohawk. I think he's saying a lot with that.
But he, like, it's so great. He has all sorts of, like, random monologues in this movie. He has, like, a brilliant use of the phone, which we'll get to. Like, he's a real sadistic son of a bitch.
For now, he's just staring, though.
Yeah, he just stares at Bronson from across the cell, right? And then we cut to the chief, just to kind of pass time. He's watching the monitors of the holding cells while drinking on the job. And we're at the next morning. The jail cell's thinning out a little bit, but the lead punk's still here, and he's still staring at Bronson. So all night, he's just been staring at him, right?
Didn't blink once.
Yeah, they just had a long staring contest in the cell the whole night. And so
the hero's not fucking talking either. So what's the story? Like, what do you have going on here now?
What are we doing? I want to see this part of the screenplay.
Yeah. Well, that was exactly because my wife
this page intentionally left blank.
Because my wife's a screenwriter, and at this moment, I think is exactly when she turned to me and she said, "I wish I could see what the screenplay looked like." And I said, "Yeah, I think the actors did too."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have just held up a blank piece of paper and go, "You're looking at it."
Yeah.
And so then we're at the next morning, right? Jail cells thinned out. They're staring at each other for hours. And then this bald guy comes over to the lead punk and just kind of whispers something to him. And then immediately they start beating up Bronson.
You think they're going to rape him?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, was that the scene that got removed?
Okay, so apparently... Go ahead, Eddie. This is part of the trivia.
Well, I mean, we mentioned it briefly before that there was a man-on-man rape scene that was in Kinjite that was cut from the screenplay. I think this is probably it.
Can you imagine Michael Winner presenting a script to Bronson and goes, "Yeah, you're going to get raped in this one, Charlie"?
I can imagine, like, the scene immediately following it where Bronson's just sort of adjusting his clothes going, "What the hell was that?"
Is it going to be mouth raped or ass raped? Because I'm not gay. Like, well, wait, what? Which one's not then? Like, what's... Okay.
So then the punk guys beat him up, and then the lead punk comes in and gets, like, one cheap shot on Bronson, and he goes, "Hey, man, I always win." And then Bronson and him get in a fight, and the cops have to separate them. The lead punk's put into a new holding cell, and then he tells Bronson, he goes, "If they didn't separate us, I would have killed you. The next time I see you, you won't see it coming."
And he's actually getting released.
Yeah. By the way, I got to go kill an old lady.
Yeah, he said, "Tonight I'm going to go kill an old lady just for you."
Yeah. And
check it out on the 6 o'clock news, buddy.
And then he also invites Bronson to his neighborhood.
Yeah.
I gotta say, that is a flex, man. For him, as he's walking out, just to tell him where he lives and be like, "See you around. Come on by."
Well, if you're following the original screenplay, he would have raped Bronson and then given him his address. Like,
they started a relationship.
Yeah.
So no, that's when Catherine shows up, who is clearly the character they just added into this movie at the last minute.
Yeah.
She is, quote, a public defender. However, I don't think we ever see her do any sort of public defending in this movie.
Catherine is the corn that you add to your stew because it doesn't have enough bulk.
Here's my fan fiction I started writing. I don't think she's a public defender at all. I think her fetish is to go comb through the police logs of who's in the drunk tank that night and go pick up a guy. And Bronson's her catch today. Because she immediately comes in asking about this prisoner and knows everything about him, and, "Hey, you violated his constitutional rights." Also, where is she getting this information?
From Bronson, I guess.
Yeah, because, like, you'd think if the chief locked him up, they wouldn't be filing paperwork.
Well, he was the last person to talk about, "Hey, you're violating my constitutional rights." So.
Oh, yeah, and she had that glass cup to the door listening in on all the conversations, going like, "Oh,
you gotta listen for that cup."
She had one of those seer's stones that she was looking through, like the Mormons.
That's what they do, right?
Well, Joseph Smith, yeah.
But she says this is the only time we'll ever see her ever reference anything about the law, as she just says to the chief, "You violated his constitutional rights, and he can sue and win." And the chief goes, "Stay out of it."
Yeah, this doesn't involve you.
Yeah, mind your business, new character.
And so then the chief we get to him giving his daily briefing, which I fucking love, right?
Oh yeah.
Eddie, take it away. How does he describe the state of New York to his boys? A police force of maybe conservatively 5 police officers for all of New York City.
More conservatively now that Bronson's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the speech in front of me.
Oh, I don't have the exact words.
Yeah. No, so the...
Well, he basically stands up there. He's like, "Well, boys, it's a war zone out there. You're doing a real shitty job. What's the latest update?" And one of the cops goes, well, we did that thing we were going to do, and now crime's up 11%.
Yeah, they had mentioned that they put more uniformed policemen out on every block, and it actually made crime worse. I'm like, that's scanned.
So then the chief, we cut to him. He's getting Bronson from his cell, and he brings him into his office because he's like, crime's up 11%. And this is just, here we go, the end of the first act. We're gonna get what this movie is about.
Like, I feel like this should have been the end of the pre-credits.
Yeah, because we wasted a lot of fucking time just getting here.
Think about everything we just went through, and who could care about most of that?
I mean, we're basically starting the story now. You could have really started it with, hey, Charles Bronson's character, you went on a weird tear and did some vigilante shit. We're going to let you go. Don't be a vigilante again. By the way, crime sucks. And then we start right here. Same point.
Yeah. But in this conversation, he actually says to him, go ahead and be a vigilante.
Yeah. Yeah.
He says it'll be just like old times, man.
The chief of police says, all right, fuck it, everybody. We're not going to do the thing that we do in every other Death Wish where we're like, no, don't go kill people. Go fucking do it. I don't care. And he says, you know what? Go out there, cause all that fucking havoc you need to, Bronson. Just let us get a few arrests in.
I like that he gestured with his hand to the screen and said, that's what these people are here for.
It's like, we're not bullshitting. And you can hear the fucking audience at this point just whooping and hollering. Like, we don't...
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
What?
We don't have to wait in this one. We're going right for it. And so you can hear all the guns cock in the audience.
This is the biggest fucking boomer fantasy movie ever, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, all it is about some boomer with the biggest, like, god killer gun that he's tired of the minorities going around and fucking with their perfect, like, idyllic life. And then the cops are saying, like, hey, man, you go out and you do what you gotta.
Yeah, we'll just turn a blind eye. Let us get an arrest in every now and then.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's this movie. And so that's it. He lets Bronson out of prison.
Yeah. He's like, that's cool. Hey,
He even says to Bronson at one point, he's like, we'll need some information to make a few arrests. And Bronson's like, yeah, whatever.
yeah. You can pull it off of their cold, dead bodies.
Yeah. I'll get right on that.
And so then, yeah, he's released. And I think it's believe... Oh, yes, we go to the neighborhood first, right? And the lead punk is now at his punk meeting. And they're all surprised.
Which is in, like, his weird, like, rave mansion / fight club warehouse. Like, what the fuck is this place he lives in?
It's weird to think that, like, I think this whole movie takes place within 2 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, there's a part later in the movie when somebody's in the hospital and they look out the window and they're literally across the street.
Yeah, you can see everything from every window. Like,
it's almost like it's a set.
Yeah.
Almost.
It's like they've just fucking used Rear Windows set to film an entire Death Wish movie.
Like, you didn't catch that part where one of the buildings fell over in the background?
So no.
Should we do it again?
By the way,
Michael?
This exact same movie with Bronson in a wheelchair with a cast ends the same way.
Oh, yeah. Except, under that cast is a fucking machine gun. Or a shotgun.
Well, a certain kind of gun. We'll get to.
Yeah.
So no, the lead punk shows up at Punk HQ, and they're like, "Oh, hey, man, we were just, like keeping things warm till you got back." I'm like, "Well, how long was he locked up? He was in like the holding cell. It was like an hour."
Yeah, he was only in there long enough to get raped and released. I mean, that's like 24 hours, right?
Yeah, the old R&R. And so then he walks up and just stabs a guy in the gut with the switchblade.
And everyone cheers for it.
They're like, yeah.
Yeah, good job.
He did the thing. That's what they were all waiting for.
And so then outside the jail, I love this, is that Catherine runs up to Bronson. She's like, hey, I'm your public defender. And he goes, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I want to help you. And he's like, goodbye. And just leaves, right?
Whatever.
And it'd be kind of amazing if we never saw her again.
Yeah, that would be a great cut for this fucking movie.
I feel like it would have been better for everybody.
It would have been better for her, that's for damn sure.
Oh, God. Oh, that's called fetishes. So
And then she just shows up again at the end. Like that guy in summer school had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, where have you been at?
it would have been even better, Bobby, if she just showed up in the car. in that one scene. Like, we haven't seen her the whole movie. And she just waves to Bronson from the car. She goes, hi.
She just drives a
And
Jaguar up.
you just cut to it rolling.
So no, that Bronson takes a little nightly stroll around the neighborhood. It's just fucking crime everywhere. But at the same time, there's crime everywhere. Did you guys also notice, like, old couples holding hands, walking around the neighborhood, smiling?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
So there's like a couple of people that are reminiscing, and it looks like a couple of Hooters waitresses getting the shit kicked out of them.
It's a real eclectic neighborhood we got going on here.
It's a summer and an Alex winter.
Makes me feel like it happened in Florida.
I mean, yeah, most of the stuff happening in this seems like it's Florida.
Yeah. So then we get the...
I like that we have a guy getting dangled out of the apartment window above.
Yep.
There's just one guy getting the Suge Knight. He's just getting dangled by 1 foot.
Again, advanced interrogation technique.
Yeah. So
They're like, I bet you want some water right now.
this is when we get introduced to the guy with the best name in the whole movie. This is the Giggler's first appearance.
Yes.
So the Giggler, who is just a purse snatcher, and he's called the Giggler because apparently he giggles and runs and nobody can catch him.
Yeah, when the thrill of the hunt strikes him, he begins giggling uncontrollably.
And
He's like that cartoon character that I know something I won't tell, and then he laughs and runs away.
I know the Giggler.
Yeah.
They adapted him into a cartoon one day.
Yeah, I don't recall what the reference is. So
I feel
we'll
like this
move on.
character, the Giggler, in Death Wish 3 would be great for kids. So Bronson watches him steal a purse, and he chases after him, but goddamn, that Giggler's so just goddamn fast. Can't catch up to him, right? But then we cut immediately to Alex Winter he's trying... Okay, here's the thing. Alex, if you're going to try and rape a lady, you got to wait for her to get out of the car. Because he tries to rape the car, and it's not going
Yeah, he
well.
literally jumps on the hood of the car.
That doesn't work.
He starts humping it. Like, he's like humping the car, and he's like, get out. It's like, no, Alex, you've done it all backwards.
This is like that little kid in 16.
Yeah, you should at least approach the tailpipe if you have rape on your mind with a car.
Yeah, exactly. But no, he goes right for the hood, and he's like, get out of the car. And she's like, well, no. Not going to get out of the car.
Never mind.
I'm good.
This is an ideal place to put Life is a Highway.
But she pulls into... You know what you want to do when you have a punk trying to rape your car is pull into a dark alley. Right.
Yeah, best place for it.
Also, keep your windows down and your doors unlocked.
Let's set
Right.
the mood.
Because she can't be too safe. And so she pulls into this dark parking lot with her windows down and her doors unlocked, and then Alex Winter's thrown off the car. He tries to get in the car, and boy, Bronson's there with the tire iron, and he slaps this fucking choir boy right across the face.
And then lets him run along, that little scamp.
Yeah.
Got it hard enough now.
You know, Bronson, again, this is just foreplay. He's getting it up. He's like, okay, that felt good. That felt real good. So now he's back at the old folks' home, right? And that's when we
Old
get...
folks' home. Can we talk about how this movie takes place at a fucking old folks' home? Jesus Christ. Yeah, sorry, continue.
It is an old folks' home, like literally an old folks' home in the middle of this punk neighborhood. Do you think, Bobby, by the way, that maybe in the Bronx Warriors there was an old folks' home gang?
Oh, I would have loved that.
It was just like a little bit past their bedtime when the rest of the movie took
There was
place.
like the Golden Boys.
Golden Boys.
Yeah, remember they fought the Bat Boys and the Warriors.
So this way we get introduced to the superintendent of the building, Bennett. Okay.
He's got serious Borgnine energy in this.
Man, as soon as he sees Bronson, they just know. They're like, this is it. We're best buds now.
Like, they almost embraced and twirled.
Yeah, it's almost like they knew each other because he just comes over and goes, "Yeah, you were Charlie's friend, huh?" And he goes, "Yep." And he's like, "You know, Charlie and me served together in World War II." He's like, "Yeah, we're friends now." And Charles Bronson actually says something to Bennett about how him and Charlie met in the Korean War. But then Bronson goes on to say, "Yeah, it was a conscientious objector."
And then he pulled out some Werther's originals.
Yeah, well, if you know, like the first Death Wish movie, he did play a quote bleeding heart liberal
Right.
in that movie.
Yeah, that's the whole idea
Yeah.
of the. Well, you know, that's part of the conservative baby boomer fantasy of this is the the liberals eventually come around
Yeah,
and they get it, they know what's going on out there.
and so then Bronson tells, Bennett tells Bronson, he's like, "Well, these punks killed Charlie," and And Bronson's just like surprised by it. I go, well, who the fuck else was it, Bronson? Not the guy's running around committing crimes all over the place. Who the fuck else would have done it? He just trip or some shit? Like, what the fuck do you think happened? And so then Bennett points out the 3 guys that killed Charlie. And Bronson, you can almost hear the boner clink against the window as he just kind of goes like, oh, I need to sit down. I need to sit down. And he
Gotta
like
figured this all out.
he takes a seat in the nearest recliner, puts a pillow over his lap. He goes, okay, Bennett, keep going.
So
Tell me about it and say it slowly.
yeah, so I can knock this out in one sentence. Creeps are killing old people who also live in the project for some reason.
Yeah. Well, as Bronson says to him at one point, he goes, why don't you move? And Bennett says, anybody who can has, but I also own like an auto shop on the block, so, you know, I'm kind of tied down.
Taxi shop.
Yeah. So he's like, I
Plus,
can't
this
really
is
leave.
our country. Like, we should just get them out.
Right,
Make
Bronson?
it great again.
And so then Bennett goes like, well, I don't see any reason why you can't just stay in Charlie's apartment for the rest of this movie.
Yeah, so Charles Bronson is clearly just a homeless man who's ingratiating himself with old people so that he has a place to stay.
Yeah. Well, he'll get a meal cooked, too, in a little bit.
Yeah.
So then Bronson goes to stay in the home of his dead friend. He looks at some pictures and medals on the wall, and then suddenly there's a scream outside. I love this, is the way we end this scene is Bronson just opens up the window, kind of looks out, and he's just like, ugh. He's just disgusted by what he sees outside. So it's the next day now, and then we learn, that's when we learn about the giggler. He laughs when he runs, and nobody ever catches him.
The fucking giggler.
And Bennett's explaining that to Bronson, which is great. He's like, they call him the giggler. And he's like,
Which
giggler,
this
huh?
character, the fucking giggler, was written in one of the books.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
Holy shit. So, like, from Death Wish 1, there was a character called the giggler.
Yeah. Guy's like, hey, I got a great idea for a character. He steals people's purses, runs away, and laughs, much like a Looney Tunes character.
And that's when Michael Winner said, hey, you know what? I got a great idea. Let's piss off that guy who wrote the Death Wish book and put the giggler in this movie.
He said he doesn't like these movies.
So fuck him.
Let's steal something from his books.
We bought it. We got it, right? We can do whatever the fuck we want with it. And you know what?
Yeah, well, we got the giggler, pal.
Mine now.
We're also going to put your fucking name in the movie.
Yeah, and then I'm
Hey,
going to
like
giggle, and then I'm going to run away.
Even, I think in the credits it said giggler inspired by the writer. So then that's what we see. We get introduced to Rodriguez and his wife Maria. They come by to say hi to Bronson. They're the youngest people that live in this building. And he's like, hey, we want to thank you, Bronson, because you saved Maria from Alex Winter in the parking garage. I always tell her to roll up her windows and lock her doors when somebody's trying to rape the car, but she never does. But thank you anyways for showing up and slapping him in the face with a tire iron.
So I guess that means you're not racist.
Yeah, and Bronson goes, you know what? Do you think they added these characters in the movie so it would seem like Bronson wasn't racist?
Yeah, and that's why he has like a weird smile for everybody in this fucking scene. He's like, yeah, it's I'm okay with you folks. Just
we're friends.
It's like that Whitest Kids You Know sketch when he's like, oh, well, you know, I was just filmed separately from the black person, and then he was superimposed over the scene so that I was never in any real harm.
Well, we'll get into later in the movie when there's only one bulletproof vest. And the look they share in that scene when he's just gives him that same smile, Eddie.
Yep.
And also when he goes like, you look like the type of guy that could hold my bullets. And so they come in, they're like, we just wanted to thank you. And Bronson finishes the scene by going, so what do the cops do around here? And Rodriguez goes, well, they enforce the parking laws. Ba-doom.
Yeah.
Damn. Shots fired.
They enforce the parking laws, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Don't forget to tip your waiter.
That's in the big stage play. That's the big laugh. You know, that's the break. That's the intermission, actually.
Yeah, Rodney wrote that one.
So the house lights come on.
This is where, guys, we're starting, like, obviously Home Alone drew a lot of inspiration from this movie.
Dude, I made exactly this fucking note. Like, what are we doing?
Because Bronson now becomes Bronson McAllister.
I made my family disappear.
I made
Literally.
my family disappear.
You know, how much better would it have been if Kevin turned on Death Wish 3 instead of that black and white movie?
God, that would have been the best.
Oh, God.
Or how much better would it have been if they went to break into Kevin McAllister's house and it was Charles Bronson, but playing off that he was an 8-year-old boy.
Ma'am, I'm 8 years old.
You'll never catch me, your horse's ass.
Buzz, your girlfriend.
Oof.
Oof.
Which was also just the character that played Buzz in a wig.
That part when Bronson shaves.
He still has a 5 o'clock shadow. Didn't even shave. He's trying to leave with the toothbrush. Just shoots the guy in the fucking head. Stop! That's a thief.
What do you think of these macaroni cheese dinners? Thought I'd give it a whirl.
I said cheese, bitch. Just cheese.
And I mean, the idea that he suspects that old guy of having murdered somebody.
He would have just killed him fucking outright.
Yeah, I don't think that arc would have gone down that way.
He needs a patsy, man. This old man looks like he's the killer.
You got any more of those trash cans full of salt?
You kill the old man, you stuff him in the trash can, wheel him down the neighbor's house, and fucking blame it on Joe Pesci. Call it a day. It was the Italian.
So Bronson McAllister at this point gets himself ready. Like, he goes to the post office and gets himself a P.O. box. However, everything he's getting delivered in this movie is fucking way bigger than that P.O. box. Like, fucking way, way bigger.
Well, if you've ever owned a P.O. box, they just give you a slip, and then you have to go up and ask the disgruntled lady working behind the counter, like, hey, here's my slip. I need the box.
And they're like, sorry, we can't find it.
Nope, not here.
We can't find the RPG box.
Oh, you're the guy. Oh, okay. We got your Wiley right here, sir. So I love this. Is he goes and gets himself a P.O. box, then he goes and buys himself a Cadillac. And this is so great, is the used car salesman goes, how you gonna pay for it? He goes, cash. And
He just pulls out this stack.
Where did he get this fucking money at?
well, he got Charlie's will.
Oh, okay.
These were Charlie's things. It was a mattress full of money.
Immediately, I'm investigating this guy for Charlie's death. But anyhow.
Yeah.
So he then parks the car outside, and then Bennett asks him, he's like, what are you doing with the car? And he goes, it's bait. Bronson's going to catch himself a punk, okay? And he's going to use that nice, shiny, used Cadillac to do it.
Again, this was in the book, by the way.
Yeah.
Really?
They did this.
Yeah.
They did this
Yeah,
in
the
the
bait
book.
car. It was also in that bad reality, or not reality show, or was it a reality show when the cops would
Bait
put
car?
bait? Yeah. Yeah.
And there was always the guy who like there's always the guy yelling to his friend like, that's a bait car.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know. And he's like driving away with the door open.
Yeah, you see how much shit that this like was the precursor to?
But that's a thing as old as time, though. I remember, back in the day, they used to do, I remember watching Andy Griffith, and back in Mayberry, they would do a bait pie.
Really?
They put that on the windowsill.
Yeah, and I remember when Andy Griffith would just fucking shoot the guy through the head.
And we just wait behind the bushes for someone to steal that pie off the windowsill. And there's the guy's friend going, that's a bait pie. He's like, I know, and he's running
And he
with it.
still fucking puts 2 right through the goddamn skull.
All right, Aunt B, flap your pie on the fucking sill. We're gonna kill this motherfucker.
Why he shot that guy right in the head? Shazam!
Shut the fuck up, Don Knotts. Go back to Incredible Mr. Limpet.
Way to nip it in the bud, Andy.
I love this part is that Bennett and Bronson are hanging out, and Bronson goes, hey, I smelled something real good down the hall.
Smells like good stuff.
And you're right, Eddie, at some point you almost expect Bennett to be like, are you just a homeless guy?
Right. Smelled some food. What you got cooking up?
Was that a shower I heard?
He goes, smelled real good. And Bennett's like, oh, that must be the old couple down the hall.
Yeah, it's the Kaprovs.
So the Kaprovs,
You're smelling old people.
you know who I called them, Bobby? I just called them the Cabbage Family. Because when he goes to the door, Bennett introduces him. He goes, so this is Charles Bronson. And Bronson immediately goes, yeah, smelled your food. Smells good. Just kind of waiting a few beats, and they're like,
Just waiting for the plate to come.
are you hung? Yes.
I guess you wanna come in. I mean,
Yep.
you're kind of creeping us out
Okay, I
here.
brought my own plate.
So do you want to know what we cooked, or are you
Nope.
just going to eat any old fuck?
Yeah, they say,
Just put it right
we
there.
made stuffed cabbage. Before
Yeah.
they even finish the sentence, he goes, delicious.
Yeah. Anything you ever
Exactly
want to
what I
talk
wanted.
about fucking smelling good from down the hall, it's clearly going to be fucking cabbage, right?
Stuffed
Every time.
cabbage. I wouldn't say a grand smelling meal.
Okay, stuffed cabbage is all right. It fucking stinks.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
but
what are we talking about?
To be fair, though, you haven't tried the Caprov's.
That's very
stuffed
true.
Cabbage.
I haven't.
Maybe that's what got him so turnt. You know, he was just like, this isn't like any stuffed cabbage I've ever smelled.
But I thought he liked chicken.
well, no, he
Chicken's
said
good.
chicken's good.
Hmm.
It's just fine.
It's no stuffed cabbage.
So they invite him over for dinner. Bronson goes, hold on, I need to get ready. Need to go to the little boy's room.
He's got to take his teeth out.
Yeah, but by little boy's room, he means go to his apartment and get his gun.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I'm coming to dinner.
So then during dinner, they hear a broken window outside, right? And then Bronson knows it's time. He stands up, wipes his mouth with a napkin, and goes, excuse me. He walks outside to see some punk stealing his car radio, and Bobby comes out to confront these guys, right?
It doesn't shoot
He
them
does.
from the window. Goes up
No,
face
no.
to face.
That's
Good
not
man.
Bronson's style, man.
Mhm.
That's my car. And they're like, hey, fuck you, man. We're taking this car. He's like, all right, blam.
It just shoots him dead.
Dead in the middle of the street. It's like, okay, you might have been using that as bait, dude, but I don't think you can just fucking shoot a guy stealing your car
You don't
radio.
get to
Like,
shoot someone fucking dead. I mean, I understand stand your ground, but dude,
he's in the middle of the street, like in a well-lit street,
in a well-lit soundstage.
and just blammo in the middle of the street. Like, it's like fucking 6 o'clock.
So dead. So fucking dead. It's the best.
And people are just fucking watching this as Bronson just again wipes his mouth and walks inside.
Could use some more cabbage.
And Bennett, at one point, Bennett comes up to me and goes, I heard shots outside. Bronson goes, oh, no problem. I just left Lead Punk a message.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Interesting thing about him coming back after doing that is that the Caprovs are down on the first floor. And when he returns, they show him coming downstairs to their place.
And a guy walking out of the building, by the way, has a toilet plunger in his hand, if in the background.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
Bobby, the reason he came down is because Bronson went up to his place and he had to take care of a little business before he...
Yeah, I think so. I think he needed to
Look,
chill out a
that
little.
thing's not going down by itself. So, we're back at the police station, right?
Yeah. He's telling everyone they're pussies, which is the fucking best. Hey, you pussies, why don't you go kill some gangsters?
Yeah, he says stuff. He's like, how about we fucking start arresting some people, huh? And I go, well, yeah, actually, why don't you fucking arrest somebody?
Hey, you should have been doing this for fucking years.
Yeah, they're like, wait, this is what these are for? Like, holding up the handcuffs? Like, holy shit.
Whoa, wait a minute. Remember we arrested Charles Bronson? We should do that, but with the criminals.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh,
Shit.
man, we were so
Everybody
close.
else in this jail has
hamburgers.
just been walking in confessing crimes. So, yeah, the police chief is just like, yeah, you're all a bunch of pussies. Why don't you go arrest somebody? They're like, yeah, you're probably right, chief.
If I'm not mistaken, doesn't the chief say, like, I want bodies on slabs? They could be either yours or that trash out there. He said, I want you killing them or I want you dying trying.
I want you to kill them or die.
Yeah, he's giving them the green light, and these guys are just like, yeah, but...
I don't know. I could write parking tickets, too.
Yeah. So then we cut to Rodriguez and Maria. They're being harassed by a punk on their way home. And that's when Bronson sees it and steps in, right?
Enough of that.
And
Move on.
we get this amazing part where also this proves that Bronson isn't racist, guys.
I love this so much.
Is that a young black child, Bobby?
Like peeks out from behind a
Yeah.
telephone pole.
In ADR voice.
And he gives him a fist pump. And it's just like, yeah.
Excellent work, Mr. Bronson.
He goes, right on, man. Like, that's what the ADR... the ADR is so
And
bad.
Chuck turns and he gives him a fist
Well,
pump.
there was actually a lot of ADR work done because this was filmed in England and people had
Yeah.
accents, so they would just hire Americans.
Yeah. That kid actually shouted pip pip cheerio.
Yeah. He said, "Well done, governor."
I don't know what that means.
Can you imagine Michael Winter telling Bronson how to do the fist pump? He's like, no, Bronson, put up your arm. He's like, Michael, I don't know. I can't. You just raise your arm in the air.
The kid told him to piss off Tosser, and he's like, "What does that mean?"
Like off the building?
I guess no, that just means that you've got a big dick and you could throw people.
Yeah.
Oh,
With
yeah.
that dick.
So that's when, like, at the end of this, the lead punk just sees Bronson, and he's like, I'm going to take care of him. So we cut to Bronson doing some push-ups, and the phone rings. And this is what I love, is that we get... Now, the lead punk, he's, like, an expert user of the phone to cause terror, right? So he'll do this so many parts of the movie, is that the lead punk doesn't show up to talk to somebody, he calls them on the phone. And so he calls up Bronson in his apartment, he goes, hey, what's up? And Bronson's like, hello? And he goes, hey, is Charlie there? And he's like, ugh, I'm just helping out my friend Charlie. He goes, Charlie don't need no help. Charlie's dead. Like you're going to be. And then he just hangs up. Oh. And Bronson's like, I think it was the wrong call. I don't know.
Wonder why he was calling me.
So then the music gets all jazzy. Bronson puts together his Kevin McAllister traps, right, for the Wet Bandits.
He's got these micro machines.
No, he's doing the nail boards, right?
Yeah,
he's doing
this is a classic.
The nail board.
Like he took like an old cabinet door and he like put nails through it and placed it under the window that he knows people are going to be coming in.
And did you guys notice like this random part when they zoom into like a picture of Custer on the wall?
Yeah, that was fucking weird. What was going on with that?
What was the message here?
This is my last stand. It's my house. I have to defend it.
It plays patriotic music as it zooms in real quick to what I imagine is Custer. It's like a picture of Custer riding a bunch of horses like on their way to a battle.
Yeah, to get their ass kicked.
Oh, Dragon Custer.
Look, man, I mean, I know history will end up telling the true tale of Custer, but I'm willing to put my neck out there and say he probably got his ass kicked.
So then the chief and Bronson meet up right at night, okay? And the chief's like, hey, you got any info for me so I can get a bust? And Bronson just goes, nope, can't help you. Haven't seen anything.
Well, nothing going on here, Chief.
And he goes, but I do know that one guy, he's the leader of all the punks. And the chief's like, well, he has a clean record, cleaner than you. I'm like, how is that possible?
I mean, that might be true, but you let him out of prison, so why did you let him out? To go catch the punks, and now he's giving you information on the punks, so what are we doing?
But he says the guy has a clean record, yet every time I've seen him on screen, he has committed a crime. Like, within seconds of being on screen, everything is a crime.
Well, he's a perfect citizen, he says, because when he does something, he does it properly.
He's got diplomatic immunity.
Diplomatic immunity! Now, that was my takeaway from that. It's like, oh, he's kind of working with them, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
this whole thing's being orchestrated.
Oh, yeah, you thought this had some layers to it. Come on now.
Absolutely.
So that's when Bronson comes home after this, and he sees blood on the nail board, Bobby.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen him look so happy.
He does. Like, this is as big a smile as you're ever going to see.
He, like, rubs his hands
This is
together,
Kevin McAllister
like,
going, yes!
Imagine Bronson doing that. Yes!
It's his little Christmas sweater.
So that actually wouldn't be out of place if Bronson was just wearing
it gets
a Christmas.
cold.
So now we're back at Punk HQ, and one guy has his foot bandaged up, right? We got to see him.
Oh, I just got it. That guy's foot is bandaged up because he's the guy that stepped on the nails.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, now it makes sense.
So now we just cut to, like, Bronson, like a montage of him just stopping crimes all over the place now.
It's pretty great.
In his 60s, with a hand cannon, is now just cleaning up New York City.
Yeah, and all the neighborhood is just, like, loving it.
Oh, God, they're fucking throwing him a goddamn parade every time he kills somebody. And so then now we cut to Catherine, and she has come to see Bronson, right? But she isn't here for business. She wants to ask him to dinner? And this is just...
Yeah, she's here. She's here trying to get that
See, guys, this is my theory.
It's a D-wish.
She is not a fucking public defender at all. She's just trying to find this guy. Like, this is her fetish, man. Old men that commit crimes.
She's trying to find a person who's at least 30 years older than her and going to die very soon. She has a death wish.
She doesn't know that he's homeless. He dresses too well to be homeless, right? Maybe if she found out where he lived, she'd be like, oh, never mind. But no, apparently she's really just attracted to Bronson and his Mr. Rogers getup because he's just wearing like the high-waisted pants and a sweater right now. And she's like, yeah, I'd just like to ask you to dinner. And he's like, oh, okay. And I just write in my notes, I mean, like there's zero attraction.
Yeah.
Like, even the actors in this scene are almost just uncomfortable with the fact they have to do this.
I've seen more chemistry in an actual puppet show.
Which will be really great when we do our Avenue Q adaptation of this and we watch this woman played by a puppet. So no, apparently she's very attracted to him, and she's tracked his ass down to the point where she's found out where he lives, guys.
Man.
Well, to be fair, she's as old as his wig, so...
And so then she's tracked him down, and then they set a dinner date for Friday, and as she's leaving, the lead punk just stares her down. And we know what that means.
That's foreshadowing, and is what we call it in the industry.
So now we cut to the cops are, like, raiding the house of the old cabbage couple.
Yeah, for some reason, like, the cops are looking for their guns. Like,
yeah, they want to disarm them so they can't defend themselves against those gang members.
Yeah, they're trying to take their guns.
This is all a social experiment. That's why we never leave this 2-block radius.
But this is why you should always have guns and hide them from the police, clearly. Like, this is...
I mean, that's really the message that we've been trying to put out on the Grindbin.
I've been saying this for years. Like, you can't trust the police. You need to have guns stockpiled everywhere.
They say over and over it's illegal to own guns in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was that ever true for New York? I don't think you can do that.
I don't know.
I'm not sure you can pass a law saying you can't own a gun in a city.
I do know you can pass a law that says you can't get guns through the mail.
Yeah, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
That law passed in 1968.
Yeah,
and this
especially a gun that could kill a fucking elephant.
Yeah, and we haven't repealed that one yet.
How about getting a rocket launcher through the mail? Can I get that?
Well, not to mention it's not just a rocket launcher, but one that is specifically designed to destroy tanks.
Yep.
Well, maybe that's the loophole.
Yeah, okay.
You can't get a man-killing rocket launcher, but tanks just fine.
It's not anti-personnel, it's anti-tank. So, I mean, if a tank is ever in your neighborhood and you feel threatened...
Yeah, what are we going to do?
Stand your ground.
So, yeah, apparently somebody has called the cops on the cabbage couple saying that they have a gun. So now the cops are like, we need it or we're going to throw you in prison. But if you give us the gun now, we'll just turn the other cheek. We'll just ignore it. And so they're like, okay.
And he doesn't want to at first, but his wife tells him, like, look, I don't want you to die. So could you just give them the gun, please?
But I love this is that after this scene, we cut to their same apartment at night, and now the punks have just come through the window. And they go, we can do whatever we want now.
Yeah.
And they're like
now the
making
window's
fun
open.
of them. Also, put some fucking bars on the thing. You live on the first floor.
Well, they've described that the first floor is the worst floor.
Yeah, put a grate on your window.
Or move,
Yeah, or move,
Nobody moves.
But seriously, most of the problems in this movie could be solved by putting a metal grate on the front of their windows.
Or a 2x4.
Yeah, you can do it the Bronson way, or you can do it the, fucking practical way.
It's like, only Bronson and Hacksaw Jim Duggan had the right idea.
Bronson is rigging... Okay, because we're going to see, like... Now they get to Bennett and Bronson here, and Bronson's like, oh, I'll take care of this for you. And Bennett's like, oh, should we go get some bars or something? He goes, no, just some wood.
No, I got a plan. Let's take the springs out of your hide-a-bed. We're going to fucking mount them onto the floor with a 2x4. And then the minute that we're watching this, my wife is like, God, I hope what happens is that they step on the 2x4 and get propelled out of the window like a fucking trebuchet.
You get a Wilhelm scream in the background.
Yeah.
But I love this is that he explains the whole trap to him. He's like, okay, and then what I do is I pull down the board, then I put this thing on the window, and as somebody opens it up, and they're going to get a real bad headache.
And it boots the marble right down the chute. Now watch it roll and hit the pole.
And Bobby, when Bennett looks at Bronson and he goes, what are you doing? Bronson responds with, I'm thinning the herd.
That's right. Thinning the herd.
Thinning the herd.
The first thing you gotta do is stop talking about them like the people.
So, do you think at this point the boomers in the audience are just fucking cheering and going wild?
Fuck yeah.
Yo, they started a thin the herd chant.
Thin the herd. You imagine after every screening of Death Wish 3, it's just a parade of old people just screaming thin the herd going down the streets.
And then they hand them all ballots with Trump highlighted.
Well, at this point, it was Reagan.
Reagan.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
The smarter Trump.
Yeah, do it for the Gipper. So Punk HQ, right, where the lead punk just basically says, like, hey, we're going to go cause trouble tonight, guys. So we go back to the Cabbage couple. They're about to eat dinner. And guess who's there again? Guess who's fucking leeching on this free dinner?
Jesus Christ, Charlie.
Now, we
The
definitely
hobo.
missed the scene where Bronson was like, well, I set up that trap for you, so, boy, am I hungry.
I wonder if you possibly could have some more cabbage that you could stuff, maybe.
And they do, and when they're in the middle of their meal, they hear a scream in the other room.
Yeah, there's like a diving board sound and a scream.
Oh my god! And so Bobby, they go in there, and what do
Oh
we find?
man, we find hey,
good
what's
scene.
this stuck to the board? Like it's teeth.
But when Bronson says that, he has this huge smile on his face as he goes,
So proud.
teeth.
What a ghoulie. Because
so-
he's sporting a half chub.
I don't think it's half at this point, man. We're going full mass at this point. So then we're going on the next day. At this point, you know, Bronson, like, every time he's setting a trap, he's got to clip that thing, dude. He's putting it at the belt line. Or else he's going to be walking around pretty embarrassed.
Doing the old tuck in.
Yeah. And so then we go to the next day. Bronson and Rodriguez are just walking around the neighborhood. They witness a purse snatching by the giggler. And you know what? They can't fucking catch this guy.
He's the gingerbread man.
But you know what? Bronson's got a solution for that. Go to the
Because,
post office.
No, they ask him, hey, your friend Wildy, you think he can catch him?
One of the businesses has a sign that says "We do service" with a question mark that it hands over.
Even they don't know.
It's the weirdest fucking
That's
shit
like
that I've noted. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing in
It's
here.
a deeply philosophical
We
policy.
do service, I guess.
Look, this is a bad neighborhood. They're just renting to anybody at this point. They're like, you want a free storefront? They're like, fine. Just put a question mark at the end of it. We haven't really figured out the business yet, but we'll take the space. It's kind of a real up-and-coming neighborhood. You know, at this point, this is when the gentrification is starting because they know about Bronson going around, like, cleaning the streets, you know?
Somebody told him about the package he's about to receive.
Holy shit, guys. What if this movie ended with, instead of it being punks, is that hipsters are moving in now?
Oh, man. Just like that YouTube video.
They got a whole new problem. At the end, they got rid of one gang, but now they got the next one.
And Bronson's got to come back.
Or maybe the "We do service" with the question mark sign trips him up. Like, what's going on here? He's homeless, puts on the glasses, fucking they live. They're not punks, they're
shit.
aliens.
Oh,
Sci-fi
man.
twist.
Bronson and They Live.
That would
You
be
know-
amazing.
I have come here to chew bubblegum.
All right, put on the glasses.
Put him on the glass.
I don't want to get involved.
Glasses on.
Just put them on.
Oh, you're going to eat that trash can. Oh, how would he do it? You see that trash can? You're going to eat it.
Oh, God. You got to add more syllables to it. You see that trash can?
That trash can.
So, no, yes, that's when we go. He says, is your friend Wiley going to show up and help? And boy, he does, Bobby, at the good old post office where you can get anything
Absolutely.
delivered in the mail. Guys, just so
Hey.
you know, go ahead, order any guns you want online. You can get them fine delivered to a P.O. box, guys.
If
it's
it
no
fits,
big
it
problem.
ships.
That's right.
Especially his fucking god killer gun.
Yeah, especially when he walks into the post office goes, did my gun get here?
Yeah. Hey, I'm waiting for my African hunting rifle. Which is
You're planning on hunting
specifically-
what?
No. It's a rifle for hunting in Africa. Not for hunting Africans. That's this gun, and he pulls another one out.
God.
Well, because he brings this gun home, and he's brought over all the neighbors, because they're like, oh, is your friend Wiley here? He goes, oh, yeah, Wiley's here.
This is like a early form unboxing video.
Oh, my God.
Like they all gather around. He goes, hey guys,
Hey, check it out.
Look what I
Here's
got
what
in the
I got.
mail.
I'm
It's
about
a
to
Wiley.
get rid of him.
Oh, God, look at that case. Fine oak on this one. Mahogany.
Check
Oh,
out
man.
the threading.
You see, that's why NRA TV went under. They didn't get that impersonator of Bronson to just do unboxing videos for guns.
Bronson unboxing videos.
That'd be so great with all the YouTube katana unboxing videos.
Yeah.
Like to just get somebody impersonating Bronson unboxing
Just like
guns.
showing off a bump stock.
Because he really holds it up like he holds this up like a Price is Right model.
Tell him what he's won.
Yeah, I was waiting for the Legend of Zelda. Ba-da-da-da!
Oh god.
He holds it above his head like a fucking Triforce piece.
It's too diverse out there to go alone.
Oh god, he holds up this gun and he starts petting the barrel and he's explaining. He's like, "No, you see, wildly is great."
He's practically like shushing and petting it.
Yeah.
Showy big fella.
Just a minute, fella. We'll go take care of them.
And I just hope you guys all notice we never pan down past the waist.
No,
Oh, you can't.
No.
You could not.
We frame this thing waist up. That's for sure.
But he's explaining to them how this works, that it's a handgun, but it has like big game rounds. And he ends it by going, it makes a big mess. And they all look at each other like, wow.
Yeah. So here's what you do, guys. We know the neighborhood's really shitty, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just make sure. And look, Maria's been attacked once before, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I think we feel perfectly safe with her going to the store by herself and driving home by herself.
Listen,
We're-
if at first you don't succeed,
Yeah.
try again.
Where's Rodriguez? Like, he literally has no excuse why he's not with her at the store at this point.
Maybe
It's true.
he's got a job.
You know, if you take this chronologically, he didn't go with his wife to the store where she will now get kidnapped and raped because he was watching Bronson play with himself.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So he's like, they're like, yeah, one day you're going to use that gun for something real good, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder why Maria isn't back from the store yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder what she's up to with her tits out.
Yeah.
By the way, boobs.
Yeah, she gets kidnapped in the middle of a parking lot, and she's screaming, and this old couple tries to come and help, but they get chased off by punks. She is brought back to a warehouse and raped on a mattress, which I put, at least
they have a rape room. Like,
yeah, this is... Jesus, man.
I mean, listen, it's no Epstein Island, but
No.
it's, at least accommodations.
Hands down, that is the worst reality show.
It also might Epstein's Island.
Yeah, everybody just comes in, and it's the same type of getup. They just got mattresses on cold cement floors.
The only problem is at the end of it, he's the one that gets eliminated. But
Hey.
You think there's anybody out there offended by that?
The weird thing is, yeah.
Yep, probably somebody.
Like,
and fuck you.
And not just that, but there's somebody who listens to our show.
Oh, I can't wait till I get the fucking tweets about it. I can't
who
wait.
heard, after everything that we've said on this podcast, heard that and went, now hold on a fucking second.
Wait a minute. I'll stand up for a lot of these things, sir.
Every man has his limits.
Yeah. By the way, the rape room is cleaner than the rest of the fucking sets.
Look, man, they do it right. They don't want any diseases. That's why they got the mattress and they clean it up, man.
Yeah. Well, at least no one gets hurt, right?
Yeah. That's what they said. That's definitely what they said. Look, nobody's gonna get hurt.
So I love this. I love where this leads to, right? So she gets raped, right?
Yeah. Which, by the way, we don't have to see it. Thank God it just cuts.
No,
That is
thankfully.
seriously fortunate. I don't need to. Just being on this show, I've seen enough.
I've been there, man. It's rough. So, also they're like kissing her belly for some weird
This is like an
reason.
Intrepidos Punks one.
Yeah. Very
the
much
first
so.
one, anyway.
Yeah, the first one. Definitely not the second one.
And then they abscond with her in the car. It's fucked up. So then they inform her husband. They're like, hey, she's at
this
the
is
hospital.
amazing.
This is the best, 1-2 punch I've ever fucking heard. They're like, hey, your wife got beaten up and raped, but it's cool. She's just got a broken arm.
Yeah, lucky for her, Alex Winter doesn't know how this works.
Okay, they don't even tell that to Rodriguez. They tell it to Bronson.
Right, yeah, they don't
Hey,
even tell the husband.
next time you see Rodriguez, Bronson, can you let him know?
Yeah.
She's cool. Her arm just got broke during the rape.
Yeah, because Bronson just hangs up, and that's exactly what he says to
Yeah.
Rodriguez.
Other than that, she's good.
He looks at him,
Yeah,
he
she's
goes,
fine.
he says, she's fine, just a broken arm.
She's fine. And then they cut to the hospital, right?
Yeah, we
The
go straight to
scene,
there.
Literally. Oh, she's dead.
And Bronson goes, wait, hold on. You said it was a
Wait,
broken
what?
arm. And they go,
What?
yeah, man, real bad shit. Just kind of bled and stuff. We don't really
They
know.
explain that there was a clot that formed
Yeah.
in her arm, and it moved to her heart.
It moved to her brain.
I'm like, bull fucking shit.
And then they're like, all right, I gotta hold on. Is somebody checking on these fucking doctors?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
what's going on here?
Yeah, speaking of Epstein, this story checks out too.
Yeah, you get a call.
Sure.
No, your wife's gonna be fine. Just a broken arm. You get there. Yeah, she dead.
Yeah. Okay, but by the way, there was also no video camera in her room, so we couldn't see what happened. Her neck bone was broken in a way that is typical for strangulation, not for hanging yourself.
Yeah, the break in her arm moved up to her neck.
Yeah.
But you know
Real
what?
Epstein.
It's all right because the doctor does say he's sorry.
Sorry,
Oh.
dog.
Yeah.
Have a mint, and he walks off.
My bad. Totally misdiagnosed that one.
And Bronson and Rodriguez are just kind of both sitting there like, what the fuck is wrong with this hospital?
Oh, did you say Rodriguez? Oh, she's dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she's dead. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I got my papers mixed up here. There's this Rodrigo guy over here, and he's got the broken arm.
Yeah, he's fine. He was just trying to snatch purses, and then he was laughing about it and ran off.
So then we cut to Bronson and Bennett just hanging out, making their own bullets.
And this looks very relaxing, honestly.
Yeah, Bronson.
He's just doing a little craft work here. We're just gonna
Cut to the Looney Tunes. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
He also says, like, Bennett says something like, you know, man, you're putting a lot of work into this. He's like, special work for friends.
Yeah, you want to talk about hipsters, by the way? He's sitting there packing his own bullets.
Oh, yeah, you're talking
real.
about a fucking, by the way.
Artisanal bullets.
He's talking about where the black powder is sourced. Like, oh my god, come on.
This fucking guy.
Imagine when the hipsters move into this neighborhood and Bronson goes down for a cup of coffee and they go $5.
Oh,
You said what?
They're dead.
Let me show you what I imported.
Okay, this is it, guys. And this next scene is my absolute favorite moment in any Bronson movie. Okay. Is that he's about to leave the room. He's putting on a coat, and Bennett goes, where are you going? He goes, well, I'm going to go get myself some iced cream.
Yeah, iced cream.
Iced cream.
And it went up like it did in Death Wish 2. Ice cream.
Yeah. And he walks around the neighborhood swinging a camera case, right? Just like,
Just whistling a jaunty tune.
yeah, waiting for the
A
giggler.
Nikon camera case slung around his neck. Yep.
So
Great product placement.
He goes into the store. He buys that kid from earlier an ice cream, or just kind of hands one to him, and he has to buy it himself.
They don't show him actually buy it. He just slings it over his shoulder. The guy goes,
Yeah.
"Thanks, mister," and then
But it
gets
looks like
apprehended at the door.
It looks like he's throwing an empty ice cream wrapper, though. Like, I don't think there's any ice cream in that.
The kid goes to open it and goes, "Oh man, it's just a stick."
Ah, shit.
Got him.
You fucker.
Yeah, you're right, Bobby. As the kid goes to leave the store, the shop owner shoots him dead for shoplifting.
He's like, "Well, you shouldn't have stolen, kid."
Okay, but this is it. This is my favorite scene in any Bronson movie. Is we see outside Bronson unwrap this chocolate popsicle. It's a fudgicle,
It's a
right?
fudgicle, yeah.
He does not suck that fudgicle, now does he?
The bites right into it.
He fucking bites right into a popsicle, and
Damn
I
right.
just know. I know this is it. This is my favorite moment in any Bronson movie. Is you imagine Michael Winter going, "All right, then you go outside, you suck on the." I do what?
What? That's gay. I'm not gonna suck any fucking thing
I
in
would
my mouth.
never. You said put it in my mouth.
Now I don't normally do this, but I'm going to let you start over.
Listen, do you know what a shark would do with his prey? Everything that I get near my face is my prey.
Bronson is so fucking manly that he will not lick a popsicle. Only
Yeah,
bites
his masculinity is so strong.
Yeah.
it. Bites
so
a
manly.
fudgicle.
Bites the fudgicle.
Refuses to lick it. And by the way, he takes a hell of a bite out of this thing.
like this was like it was one step short of him just like banging it on the side of a table so it would break, and then picking the broken piece off the ground and popping it in his mouth.
He's like, look, Michael, you got two options. I'm either taking this home and eating it with a knife and fork, or I'm gonna bite it. There's no way I'm putting this in my mouth and, as you say, suck it. No way.
Listen, Michael, would the Fonzie put a quarter in the jukebox, or would he elbow it? I ain't sucking this.
I just imagine they say, suck the popsicle to Bronson, and immediately that Jaguar engine starts up.
He just punches the guy. Hey, Bronson, suck the bam.
Yeah, they just cut to Michael Winter holding a popsicle to his jaw.
You know, Bobby, when you said the line about how Bronson said, I'm going to let you start again, he meant tomorrow, because I'm leaving tonight. We will come back tomorrow. You can try that again, Michael. We'll see how it goes.
Give you time to compose your thoughts while I eat this ice cream.
This is it. This is my absolute favorite Bronson moment in any movie.
It's very good.
Is that he
Very
will not
good.
even lick a popsicle. He bites that shit, man. So then he walks outside, and you know who sees that camera case? Guys, it's the giggler.
Oh my
Ladies
god.
and gentlemen.
You know, I feel like the giggler didn't have enough giggling, because, like, you should have heard him coming. Like, that should have been the
beg
whole
your
thing.
pardon? He's the giggler.
Yeah, but...
No, I mean, he should have been jumping around like Frank Gorshin the whole time.
Yes, or like you at least hear it on the soundtrack, this like, hee, as he's like running up about to steal something, right?
Well, he's an amateur giggler. He's no Dr. Giggles.
No.
Who also didn't do that much giggling, to be honest.
Yeah, that really didn't fit him.
Yeah. He's called Dr. Giggles, but he doesn't really go around giggling. So now Bronson doesn't have to chase him down, because he just fucking fires his gun in the middle of the street and shoots his goddamn hole through his chest.
Fucking dead in the middle of the street. A guy grabs his camera, runs off with it. God Killer shoots him in half. The crowd fucking loves it.
It's like playing fucking Doom or something.
He's got the BFG.
He just goes like, blammo, as it goes right through his fucking chest.
He could honestly just be one of the hunters in The Running Man, and he would be fine.
You know, everybody in the neighborhood comes out to cheer this on, too.
Yeah, they're like leaning out of windows.
They are cheering the death of a man.
No! Huzzah, sir, huzzah. Well done.
It's a goddamn ticker tape parade, man.
Guy's laying there with his head tilted sideways, bleeding out, a la American History fucking X curb
Jesus.
check scene. And everybody's like, well done, good sir. Except instead of stealing your truck, he tried to steal an empty camera. Fucking pack.
I know, every time Bronson shoots somebody in this movie, he's like, no, but he stole my camera. It's like, you can't fucking hand cannon a guy for that, dude.
Yeah. Again, Edward Norton went to prison and got raped for that. Like, you can't do that, sir. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's the Bronx in 1985. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's fine.
So now the police are at the scene of the dead giggler, and he does have a goddamn hole through his chest, because they just lift up the sheet, and the chief's like, oh, damn.
Yeah,
he looks down and goes, there's not much of this guy left.
And it's the next morning, too, by the way. Like, they've just, like, somebody draped a fucking towel, a tea towel over him and then left him there.
And that was probably one of the old people across the street who came out and did it.
Yeah, but the midget cop digs it. He's like, yeah, this is cool.
Let's poke him with a stick.
And the cops are just all laughing about it and everything. Like, yeah, man, he really got fucking taken down good, huh? And everybody's just happy about it. And the cops are like, you know, actually, things are getting better.
Yeah. So now we're having the sitcom moment. Everybody's bringing over wine. They've got chicken and green. Little small talk about her sister, you know.
The cop even says to the chief, he goes, hey, the guy was a hell of a shot. And the chief says, better than anyone in our department.
Tip the hat.
Look, guys, if you want to go solve crime with your own hand cannon, this is how the police will thank you.
Yep,
They'll be
yep.
perfectly fine with it. This is what I learned from Death Wish 3. So we're in the date night, right?
Yep.
And
so like I was saying, sitcom moment.
Oh, yeah. No, I love this part, Eddie, is that Bronson comes into the date, right, in Catherine's apartment, and he's brought a bottle of wine.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell Bronson's never bought a bottle of wine or knows what a bottle of wine is.
It's like he's holding the wrong end up.
Yeah, because he comes in through the door and he goes, yeah, I don't know. The guy said it was good. And I just wanted a scene so bad of Bronson sitting in a liquor store with some guy explaining the intricacies of a good wine to him.
He just walks into the place like, I need to not kill, but the other thing.
Yeah.
And the guy
I'm trying to do that thing after you kill when you is hard.
I don't normally do it with someone else in the room.
I'm looking for some bottle of wine.
Bottle of wine?
Okay, sir, do you want a Merlot, a Chard? What did you say to me?
What? I'm not gay. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, wait, no,
Pulls
I
a gun
get
out.
to do the callback here. Merlot, I have a wife.
And you can see him be like, yes, this one has hints of floor. All right, you can stop right now.
You're about to have hints of something else.
We'll try back tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a chance to start over. I guess I'll have an ice cream.
Flashback, the guy's just holding out a bottle of something for $20. Just like, here,
Yeah.
take it, leave. Take it, leave.
This was the truest $2 Chuck.
It's Charles Shaw, sir. It's Chuck. It's a
Whatever.
good name.
I already told you my name's not Shaw. I would totally get a bottle of Charles Bronson, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I would have watched a half-hour scene of Bronson being explained why.
Trying to choose a wine?
Yeah, imagine him going to a tasting.
Oh, God. Now, what you want to do is swirl it first. What?
And then make sure you know if you're at a proper tasting, you can spit it out. Excuse me.
Then you spit it into the tin, sir. And what you want to do is swirl it around in the glass and take a look at the legs that the striation of the grape that, and he just nope.
You cut back to
Nope.
Bronson, and you just see a gun doing kind of like a spin the bottle on the table in front of him. He goes, where it lands, it goes off. So
Nobody knows.
Just give me the bottle.
you want to say that line about legs again? Go right ahead. So that's when he walks in with the bottle of wine that he said was, quote, good. The guy told him at the store. And she goes, I hope you like chicken because it's the only thing I know how to make.
Chicken's good.
I like chicken.
Hey,
This is
chicken?
great dialogue.
That's good. It's no cabbage.
But we cut to later.
Oh.
And we're getting some of their... Now, this is conversation that's happening later. Bronson's sitting there in silence. And she
God.
says, well, I have one sister. I hate her, but I love sports. What about you?
Yeah, she goes, I like watching the basketball on TV.
Yeah, the basketball.
He's not liking that already.
I'm like, this is
A
two
little too
aliens
diverse.
pretending to be human beings.
And then,
Says, I like opera.
well, yeah, he goes, I like the opera. And I go, well, he is like 90. So,
Yeah, that makes sense. He goes, it's restful.
It was around back when it first, was popularized.
then you know what, guys? Fucking this date gets political. Because Catherine goes on this fucking rant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by
she
the
hates
way,
her job.
so she's a public defender, right?
Yeah.
So there's only two reasons you become a public defender is that one, you're going to give back to the community, or two, you're just a fucking shitty lawyer.
Or 3, if you work for the public for 10 years, you actually get your student loan debt forgiven.
Oh, but it's 1985, so it costs like $20 to go to college.
Yeah, that's
so.
true.
Yeah.
She's white,
This
too.
is-
So.
She got a full ride, man.
In a Jaguar.
Yeah.
She's about to get one later, too.
Hey.
So she says, though, like, yeah, she hates her job, and she wishes... She starts wishing to... She's like, I wish somebody would just clean up all the crime around here. It's like, excuse me?
She might have borderline personality disorder. Like, they're having a lovely evening with wine and chicken and greens, talking about her sister, sports, opera, and his dead wife. And all of a sudden, she's like, yeah, hey, I hate my job, and I wish everyone was dead.
Yeah. It really does come out of nowhere.
That ends with her just looking at him and going, you don't really like opera, do you?
Yeah, she's like, no.
And I was like,
course not.
well, if that
What
was,
the hell is that?
If that was a joke, I didn't hear the punchline, and Bronson never smiled. I guess that's just a tip. Imagine Bronson's stand-up. I like opera.
Hey,
It's restful.
That's where you laugh.
It's this thing on.
I enjoy poetry.
How about that airline food? Hello?
Hello. Get the one guy in the back. Aha!
Thank you.
No.
Hey,
You-
shut the fuck up.
You, sir,
Yeah.
look like the type of man bite a fart bubble in the tub. Nope. Okay. All right, well, thank you for having me.
Don't forget to tip your waiter.
So then we go to a close-up of a kiss. Which, what the fuck? Why do we keep doing this? Every time
This
we
is
get a
weird.
kiss between these characters, we fucking
poor
zoom
girl.
into the lips.
The poor girl.
Like,
Can you imagine?
well, first of all, I never want to see Bronson kiss a woman. Also, I don't want to see it in extreme close-up. Is this like some sort of fucking sick fetish that Michael Winter has? Is like,
Yes.
yeah, not only is he going to kiss, but you're going to see it fucking big close-up. Look at them Bronson lips.
Reminds me of an episode of the Tales from the Crypt when you would see some broad like kiss some weird latex skeleton. And it's like, well, that's kind of what's going
just like
on.
kissing Bronson.
It did feel that way.
That's what they
Yeah.
told the actress. They're like, it's just like kissing Charles Bronson.
Yeah, just don't worry about it.
And by the
By the
way, do you notice how Bronson does not purse his lips at all?
He doesn't care.
He just sort
He's
of like
look,
leans in and presses his face against her.
he's like, look, I gotta go. And then she wants to fuck, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Is what I'm getting from this. Like, at least.
Well, it's
That's-
his bedtime. It's a little
Yeah,
late.
Bronson's like, who's stopping you?
Look, lights out is
Yeah.
at 8, so I gotta get back.
Listen, they stopped serving the tapioca at 8:30. I gotta
And
get
so do
back.
I.
But
So now we're back at Punk HQ, and they're doing all sorts of drugs and stuff, and the lead punk's trying to get this guy Hugo ready for a... He says Hugo's gonna kill the night, right? So he's gonna get the big kill on. So
Yep.
Bronson's back at his place. He's just staring out the window hard. He's jacked like hell looking out at the street, just looking at all the crime going on. And he spots the lead punk, and then he just grabs his gun and he walks outside. But Bronson walks right into a trap, Bobby,
Oh no.
dun, dun.
because the lead punk has like a fucking Uzi now.
Yeah, Fracker pulls an Uzi and
Yeah,
misses
where did
with
he get
every
this?
bullet.
You're right. Like, and here's the thing: is Bronson never takes cover in this movie. He's like, nope.
He just stands there.
I am not going to bend or go behind anything. No way. And so he just stands there as every bullet from this Uzi misses. And then Bronson just kind of runs away, and at one point just really awkwardly loses wildly, which he seems like he didn't want to do. He's like, do I really have to drop this on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of tosses it like weirdly. Bronson, by the way, at this point has struck me as like Steven Seagal that stands up sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, he's putting in very little effort, right? Especially when he's running. Because Bronson's run is more of a trot.
Yeah.
He's like, this is as fast as it goes, Michael. This is
It's
it.
like when you're trying to cross the road in front of a department store because somebody stopped in their car in front of you, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm running, but I'm
You're not.
kind of."
You don't want to
really.
actually speed up. You just
I've
want to
just-
give it a little flourish,
Yeah, I've leaned forward and moved my arms a little more.
like a cartoon businessman late for work.
I kind of wish somebody would make like a first-person shooter where you play Bronson and you just walk around really slow. Every bullet automatically misses you, and every
Yeah.
time you shoot somebody, you fucking put a hole through them.
You've just got God mode on, and then you just 100% like headshot.
Just picking up ice cream bars.
And you know how? Yeah, you pick up ice cream bars. You bite them, by the way.
you hear the chomp sound every time you pick one up.
Yeah, and it's like a Duke Nukem, but you just get Bronson lines.
Yeah, and then in
Oh.
the next scene, you end up in the tunnels under Riften in fucking Skyrim, because this is where the scene fucking goes to from here.
I do have to say, though, if they do have the first-person shooter for Death Wish, like a Bronson one, the funny thing is that like the run button is the same speed as the regular button.
It doesn't do anything.
You hit it, and all that happens is that like the perspective shifts by 5% because he hunched over a little.
It's like no,
Now
no,
I'm running.
yeah, and there's no duck button. There is a crouch button, but it doesn't work. Maybe at
There's
one point in
another-
the game you have to crouch to get under something, and the character just goes, "Nope."
There's the summon Jaguar button too.
Summon Jaguar. Yeah, that's your full-on God mode. Is that you summon the Jaguar, and a Jaguar driving a Jaguar shows up and brings you 5 feet into the next part of the level.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, Eddie, he goes into Skyrim now, as he's in some sort of fucking basement hallway.
Yeah, we're in the tunnels under the town of Riften trying to join the Thieves Guild.
Yeah, but basically, it's just like Bronson takes these two dudes out, and him and Hugo get into this like cat and mouse type of chase where, well, Bronson gets cornered by the lead punk and Hugo, and they
Yeah.
could kill him right now, but for some reason they let him climb up a fire escape.
Yeah, well, he gets stabbed too. Don't forget that.
Oh, yeah, he does get stabbed by one of the punks, but isn't he wearing, like, some sort of vest or something?
Body armor.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. He's always one step ahead of him. Yeah, he climbs up onto this fire escape, and they, like, run through this building, and eventually Bronson throws this dude off the fucking top of the roof.
Oh, my God. And okay, this is probably in my top 5 dummy being thrown off of the roof of a fucking building scenes ever. One of my favorite.
So good.
I could watch just a supercut of every dummy in every movie thrown off of a building. The dummy did the best acting, by the way, in the thing. He's T-posing on the way down, slams into the ground, and Bronson finds the God Killer.
Yeah. And then we just cut to next day as the cops see dead Hugo on a car, and they're just like, heh, there's another one.
That's cool.
Yeah. And the chief comes to talk to Bronson. He's like, look, man, what you been doing here? Like, there's been a lot of dead bodies piling up, but the neighborhood's, it's getting great. And Bronson says something. Well, no, the chief does say something. He says that the lead punk's getting reinforcements, apparently, so it's going to get even more rough, and maybe Bronson wants to cool it down a little bit. And Bronson responds by looking at the chief and going, it's like killing roaches. You got to kill them all.
Roaches. They're not human. They're like another species.
Yeah, you remember how you just throw roaches off the top of a building?
Yeah, like dummies.
Look, every time there's a roach in my apartment, I pick it up and chuck it out the fucking balcony.
Yep.
Yeah. I just
As
pull
a
out a
message to the other
357 Magnum and fucking blow their head off.
That's the other way, yeah. You pull out your fucking God Killer gun in the middle of the night and fucking blow a hole through every roach.
All the neighbors just fucking applaud. Yeah, Eddie, you did it again, man.
It's kind of a lot like the Slumber Party Massacre thing where that guy's going around fucking meat-cleaving snails or whatever it was.
That's true.
So that's when the lead punk calls some old guy that lives in the building. Who the fuck is this old guy?
I have no idea. The guy with the fucking...
Like, who is this guy? Did we see him earlier?
No.
Because he's just like, hey... your wife died. And then the guy runs out and he looks at the window and the lead punk's there and he's like, I guess she died.
Yeah. Hey, my wife died. Why don't you come upstairs? I got a shop.
So then later on we go to Bronson and he's making dinner. Apparently they've stopped inviting him over, right? Which I would have given anything to see Bronson read the directions on a Kraft macaroni and cheese box. Like, that would have just been incredible. Just a cooking show with this guy. Oh. So then the lead punk calls Bronson to tell him the news. I really like this as he goes like, hey, I just killed some guy's wife. And Bronson's like, okay, bye. Just kind of hangs up. So then Bronson and Bennett are just hanging out. Bennett tells Bronson, he goes, look, things are getting bad, but Charlie left us something special.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
And he brings him to this closet with, fucking John Rambo's gun.
No, it was what Jesse Ventura had in Predator.
Yep.
It's just a fucking 30 cal chain gun.
It is giant. And also, does he say something like Charlie brought it back?
Yeah, from the war.
Just took it with him.
Like he just stuffed it in his carry-on. Like,
what an interesting thing to bring back from World War II.
Hey, look, I got a souvenir from the Jerry's.
Yeah, just brought it back in his duffel bag,
Yeah.
And so then Bronson, he gets so excited, he literally goes to the next room and has to sit down.
Yeah, he's like, oh, God, I need a moment.
I've never seen Bronson cup something so phallic, like, because he kind of rubs and he's like, okay, all right, Bennett, put this away. And he sits down and he goes, look, I got to catch my breath.
I'm getting a feeling.
All right, Bennett, hold on. Don't use that thing yet. I want to be here for that. Let me plan something special, okay?
Just don't let it go off before I'm back.
Yeah, but because instead he has to go over to Catherine's house, right? Mm-hmm. And he comes over and he goes, look, I know you're leaving town, and that's not good in one of these movies because it usually means something bad. And we've also only seen you for 5 minutes, so you're probably not going to last very long. How about...
Plus, I should fuck you first.
Yeah, how about we fuck?
I just saw this gun, so now we got to fuck.
Yeah. Guys, we don't get the sex scene, thank God.
Oh, God.
But we do get a post-coital scene of Bronson, like, putting back on his undershirt, and his hair's all messed up.
Yeah.
Oh,
so much loose skin.
And you know how, look, I think this is how Bronson gets out of most situations like this, is he's got to leave, right? He's trying to, make his exit. And he just looks at her and he goes, yeah, my wife died.
Yeah, my wife's dead.
Also my daughter. He just says that to her. Like, that's we're coming down from the sex. How about mentioning your dead wife and daughter?
It reminds me of the fucking the Conan O'Brien show with the Walker Texas Ranger clip. Yeah, by the way, Walker told me I have AIDS. And everybody's like, what?
Yeah, that's how Bronson gets out of most situations. But no, she's into it. Because she responds, she goes,
down.
How about we get some dinner? And Bronson goes, I am very hungry.
Of course, because she's just bedded a hobo.
Yeah. He'll never turn down a free meal. And so then he goes, okay, but I got to go pick up my mail first.
Of course.
And so Bobby, he leaves her in the car.
He does. It's also weird that he's got access to packages at a post office in the middle of the goddamn night.
Yeah.
Like, I'm by no means an expert about the post office, but they're closed.
You're telling me there's no 24-hour post office?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't recall Mr. McFeely working graveyard.
Sleepy delivery.
And so it'll be perfectly fine, though, to leave her in the car by herself, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that won't be an issue at all.
That'll be no problem.
In the most dangerous city there ever has been.
She doesn't need to come in. Also, let's have a long stare before he walks through the door, right? Just so we're sure that everything's fine between us, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm just about ready to leave town, Everything's figured out. It's my last day on the force. We just had sex.
Yeah, so let's share a nice, loving stare as Bronson walks in there. Oh, my God, she's punched in the face.
Jesus Christ, it's like Double Dragon again.
Yeah, it is. This is exactly how Double Dragon 1 started. They punch that girl in the face, and they fucking pull up the parking brake, and she rolls into another car, and it explodes.
It explodes like fucking madness, by the way. Like,
it's going 5 miles an hour.
It just rolls lazily downhill and gets T-boned and blows up like a fucking nuke went off.
But this is maybe my favorite part in the scene, is that Bronson just kind of like saunters on down.
Yeah.
And he just looks at it with this look of like, oh, not again.
Hamburgers.
Every time.
Then you know what he does? He leaves the scene of an accident. Because he just walks off. This is where I go.
Got my package. Got to go open it.
So then the chief and him are hanging out at Catherine's place, right? And the chief's like, look, you got to cool it. We don't want a war right now, and this thing's getting out of control. So the plan is they're going to arrest Bronson and hold him. I don't know why that's the plan.
Yeah. Didn't make a lot of sense. Didn't they try this at the beginning?
It makes no sense. They're going to arrest Bronson even though he had nothing to do with this murder. He had everything to do with every other murder. Yeah. But we're going to arrest him, so what? Well, we move on to the next day. We're at Bennett's shop. It ain't looking too good, Bobby.
No, it's not. It's on fire.
Yeah, we're on the scene of
it is exploding.
Backdraft the Ride at this point. And, we've just turned on that fire effect. And
they chuck like 9 grenades into the shop.
And you just get over and over this zoom in of Bennett going, my shop! My shop! Like he just
hamburgers. Blowing up.
It's like an old video game where like you don't go to the next level. If you just like sat there and like the character on the screen just keeps repeating it.
So Benson comes home, he grabs his big ass gun, and then he goes on the balcony to shoot the kids. But it's just like,
Isn't this how Gran Torino ended?
Yeah. But you know what? It's just like a fucking watching an old person fumble with an iPhone. Because he doesn't even know how to use the fucking thing. He's like, where do the bullets go again? Oh, damn it.
It really looks like the bullets are loaded in backward, too. I'll have to zoom in on it next time. But it looks like the pointy end is pointed toward him.
What I really like, though, is that the punks make fun of him. They're like, that old shit doesn't even know how to use the gun. Let's get him.
You dumbass.
So they toss him off a fire escape.
Yet again, another dummy.
They also don't take the gun.
Yeah, so that makes no fucking sense.
You got a goddamn fucking chain gun.
It might be the only thing that could stop Charles Bronson.
But they leave it there, and then as Bennett's just bleeding out of the mouth, because, just put a little blood on him, Rodriguez just comes up just in time. He's like, oh, man, that sucks. It's like, once again,
shit.
Rodriguez, you're a little late. to the scene of a crime. You know, you weren't there for your wife getting killed or, well, broken arm.
Yeah.
Old Slowpoke Rodriguez.
So now Bronson's in the holding cell and the chief just lets him out. Like, that's all that happens.
Hey, you might as well go.
Because he goes, your friend's in the hospital. We'll go see him. And he goes, he's fine, though. And I go, oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, his arm's just broken.
Yeah, he does say it's just a few fractures.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? But did you guys notice there's a new doctor now?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, the old guy's fine. And Bronson's just like, yeah, I'm going to need to go in that room.
Yeah, I gotta go in there double check because last time I was at this fucking hospital, you guys.
But no, everything's fine. And Bennett just basically lets Bronson break out of the window.
Yeah, because he's a man.
Yeah.
So he's fine.
Yeah. So, yeah, broken arm's not going to kill him, okay? So the Bronson breaks out of the window, and then he goes to get his packages from the post office. And he comes home. He's arming himself to the teeth with Rodriguez. And Bronson has just fucking got the biggest smile on his face as he showed him the arsenal. He shows him the goddamn rocket launcher.
Yeah, so he's got a rocket launcher. That's what he mail ordered, was a rocket launcher.
Yeah. And he says something about, like, he's like, God damn, you got a rocket launcher? And Bronson says something like, yeah, but you need to get him close to use it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bummer. You got to cluster them all together if you want to kill like 100 people.
It's like, or maybe you just, fire it into Punk HQ. I think you'd...
Yeah, and then cut to the next scene that's literally all of the punks clustered together walking down the street. Like, if there were
Like they're
ever
going
a
to break
more
into a dance number.
perfect moment to fire the rocket launcher,
But
you just queued it up.
Yeah, but he left it at home. You know he was kicking himself at this point. He's like, oh, God damn it.
It's right there.
Well, you know what would have been perfect right now is the fucking rocket launcher I just talked about.
You know, it would have been great if they had that conversation outside. Is he's like,
Yeah.
it would have been great, Rodriguez, but the only way you can use it if they're clustered all the... Oh, goddamn.
Ah, damn it.
So they're just sitting there waiting for a crime to happen. There's also a thing like, okay, this is when Bronson's arming himself to the teeth, by the way, and he pulls out one bulletproof vest and puts it on.
Just kind of like lazily flings it on.
We know for a fact he had body armor earlier.
Yeah, because he got stabbed.
He does not offer that to Rodriguez.
No.
Yeah. It's like, nah, you're cool.
And they kind of share a glance because he's putting on his body armor, and Rodriguez is like, oh man, well, all I got is this little, like, pipe that I put shotgun shells into.
Listen, kid, I'm the guy that's got to live to Death Wish 4, so...
And Bronson just kind of give him a look, and he goes, well, we'll get a few. That's what he says. We will get a few. So, does anybody, like, is there an actual thing that Rodriguez is carrying, or did he literally make a homemade shotgun?
I think he made
Because
one.
it's a tube that he puts a shotgun shell into, and then just, it's like some sort of, like, I don't know, like a cork gun.
Yeah, it's like a potato with a couple of wires in it for a battery sticking out of a pipe. I think he made it in Fallout 4. It was
And Bronson's got so many guns he can't... he couldn't even bring the rocket launcher.
Hey, Rodriguez, could you carry this for me? I don't want you shooting it, but I don't have enough arms for these guns.
Because these guys...
You're kind of a caddy.
These guys start this video game by just... They're playing co-op, but...
Yeah.
The second player in the Bronson game only gets to hold Bronson's bullets.
It's like when you give your friend the shitty controller that's like aftermarket. It's made by some other
the
weird...
Mad Catz controller?
Yeah. It's made by some weird company that used chiclets instead of buttons or some shit. Like,
Oh, man. So Rodriguez had to be Tails?
Yeah, he's totally the Tails of this movie. It's just like Tails, Rodriguez. You die and you'll come floating back somehow.
The D-pad's made out of a couple of Tic Tacs, but you'll be all right.
Now, if only Rodriguez kind of flew out of a scene using his tail.
That would be great. Yeah.
Or just hovers above Bronson like a drone.
Throws ammo down to him.
Hey,
Rodriguez
reload.
is like, I don't want to be Tails. Can I at least be Knuckles? And he pulls the weapon out of his hand and goes, knock yourself out. Now you're Knuckles.
But if Bronson got shot in the movie and coins fell out.
Well, rings, but... Okay.
Oh, rings, yeah. So
Now, when they redesigned Sonic the Hedgehog for the upcoming movie, they need to make it look more like Bronson.
oh my god, they just do it with the Bronson face for Sonic.
Yeah.
And he doesn't
He's
actually
just-
run any faster. He just kind of motions like he's moving more quickly.
No, you're just describing Shadow the Hedgehog, who shoots everybody with his gun.
Oh, so he's just Bronson.
See, I never got that
Bronson
far.
the Hedgehog.
Huh.
So no, they just walk around the neighborhood firing Jesse Ventura's gun.
Yeah, just shooting people. Another woman dragged out with her tits out. That was cool.
Is this how you're supposed to hold a chain gun, though, is by the fucking muzzle of it?
No. There's usually
Pretty sure.
like something that you hold that doesn't melt.
Wouldn't that get hot?
A little, yeah.
Bronson's holding it with his bare hand as it's firing bullets.
Well, that's just a testament to his strength.
Okay. But he's holding, like, the muzzle of the gun, like the... And I was just like, I don't think that's how it works, but I'm not going to tell Bronson. I think that's what they said on set, too. They're like, I don't think that's how you do it, but I don't want to be the one to tell him. Also,
this final shootout, we need better music.
Yeah, we're just kind of jazzing it up. Also, actually, it's just the Death Wish 2 soundtrack.
Yeah.
So no, it just becomes a first-person shooter for a lot of this movie. Like Eddie says, they take a woman out. Her boobs are out, and we just got to get a little more nudity in the movie, I guess.
Of course.
But Bobby, there was another part where randomly there's a McAllister trap.
Yeah, we get a reprise. Another one of the neighbors has set up that board in the window track, but they made they put a little twist on it. They made it their own because they put like a knife blade in the board.
That was a good one.
And so when a guy accidentally springs it, he gets a knife to the forehead.
Yeah, and that's great. Like, do you guys have anything else to kind of mention during all this big shootout? Because I mean, really, it's just a stunt show going on a film set.
So I'll give you my notes here. We've got a final shootout needs better music. There's another dummy coming off the top. Thanks. Still spending a solid 10 minutes shooting random people. This was 10 minutes.
There
into
is
the
the part where Bennett looks through his window of the hospital.
I love that part.
And it's the same street.
Yeah,
and yeah. The hospital is like the next floor above where he was already living.
Yeah. So the police station, the hospital, and everybody lives on the same exact block.
Yeah.
But he's watching it like it's the 4th of July and he's watching a fireworks show.
There is that great part when the neighborhood attacks some guys on bikes. Now here's the thing though, they pull up a chain and they do a clothesline on these guys, right?
Yeah. We have got the weird like random Molotov cocktail squad going on.
But you know what, guys? I think those guys they killed, I'm not sure they were punks.
They might have just been random.
Because they didn't attack anybody, those guys. They just did it. And I was like, dude, I think they just killed bystanders.
Yeah.
It may have happened. I'm pretty sure.
Like, they were just the people from Bronx Warriors trying to get to their neighborhood.
Yeah. He looked like a punk in that he wasn't an old white person.
Yeah, kill him.
Yeah.
There is that part where Rodriguez and Bronson kill a guy and they do a little fist pump to each other.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fist pumping in this.
Lots of that.
And then the chief shows up in the middle of it by saving Charles Bronson's life because Alex Winter's about to shoot Charles Bronson.
And then suddenly he gets a hole burst through him, like the Predator showed
And
up.
the chief
Kapow.
says, I owed you that one, dude?
For what reason?
Dude?
What did he owe? Okay, A, dude. B, what did he owe him for?
I think this is the
I don't
the
get that.
first and only time Bronson has ever been called dude.
It's definitely the only time.
Yeah.
Cut.
We gonna take that one again?
You're not the director. It's like, but cut. What the fuck did you just say to me?
So yeah, him and the
Well, we're out of film, so.
Yep, that's the only one today, Chuck. So he says, I owed you one, dude. Yeah, he didn't owe him shit. So that's when we get the music montage of him and the chief just basically fucking taking down every punk left, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's when Bronson saves another attempted rape. There's too many rapes during the shootout. I was like, you guys need to pick a better time. Like, now's not the time to do that, right? You got to worry about getting shot, not grabbing. Well, you only got a few minutes left,
It's
I guess.
rape, pillage, and plunder, but not necessarily in that order, right?
No, that's what they're doing. And so there is that part when some punk tries to go into a lady's home and she knocks him with a broom off the second story of her house. Great dummy work.
It's pretty solid.
Oh, yes.
So this ends with Bronson running into his apartment, and Bobby, the lead punk, follows him.
Yeah, Fracker follows. And we have a brief little shootout. And the chief gets a shot in the arm. The boys shoot Fracker down. And they're checking on each other. They're having a moment of breather, and then like the bad guy in a horror film, Fracker sits back up. And it turns out he had a bulletproof vest on too. So what do you do when that happens, fellas?
Well, you get to your feet, you pull out your gun. He's got the jump on him, Bobby.
Well, you shoot him in the head. right? Because there's no vest on his head. Be very simple.
But I think
just
we
shoot
can
him
do
in the
you
head.
one better.
But Bronson and the Chief have both put down their guns.
Yeah, because they're out of ammo.
Yeah, and then I think the Chief says to him, he goes, "You can't get us both."
Yeah.
And Eddie, what happens?
Oh, you remember the Chekhov's gun, the old trope?
Yeah, I forget what episode of Star
This
Trek
is-
that was, but yeah.
Yeah, this is Chekhov's anti-tank RPG. Because in the studio apartment, fucking Bronson produces an RPG and point blanks a motherfucker.
And the back blast alone blows away the apartment.
The entire
This-
wall of the apartment.
This place would have looked like a post-atomic bomb fucking scenario where there are just shadows of ash on the wall.
They should have
Everyone-
cut
yeah.
to just the apartment collapsing in on itself.
Yeah,
This
roll
thing
credits.
would have been fucking painted red, man. There is no way there would even be a body part left.
Though I do like when they
it's a-
show Fracker's body hit the ground. It's just like it's like a duffel bag on fire.
Yeah, and then the gang sees a duffel bag on fire that used to be their leader. They look down and they're like, nah,
They just throw their bike chains on the
I guess
ground.
that's it then,
Fuck it.
and they just leave.
I'm out.
Well, it's like he killed the head vampire. Alex Winter could have told you that.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
he
then
killed Valak from John Carpenter's Vampires.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And I love that just ends across citywide. Everyone just put their weapons down and
Yeah.
walked away like it never happened.
Roll credits.
Yeah, the whole war
Hey.
zone stops.
To be fair, though, from a point-blank RPG in an apartment building, how do you build from there?
You can't.
You know-
They should have rolled credits as soon as the explosion happened.
Yep. That would have been it. Done.
Because we do get the little postscript where, the Chief says to Bronson, he goes, "Don't worry, they'll be here in a few minutes. Go ahead and get out of
Yeah,
here."
he gives him like a 10-minute head start to leave.
Get a head start.
Yeah.
I can't tell him not to chase you, but I can get you out of here before they get here.
So we've basically ended where we began.
And that's how you do it properly.
Yeah.
Put a real button on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So do you guys recommend Death Wish 3?
Oh God, yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I don't think we need to go into any more of that.
I mean, this is classic trash cinema.
No, it's a terrible movie, and it's
yeah.
highly enjoyable.
If you've listened to this episode and you've thought that we found it to be a good film, listen again.
Yeah, I'm
No, it
hoping
is-
this was a good episode because it's just so well covered, this movie, and what more are we going to be able to add to it? It's a love fest all around, I think.
Seriously, what was
Yeah.
the point of any of this? Fuck it.
Yeah, what's the point of this show? Fuck it.
Turn it
What's
off.
the point of anything? I'm going to go end my life.
All right, just do it
With
right
an
now, Eddie.
anti-tank missile launcher.
Yeah. Point blank. Epstein with an RPG.
I'll tell you what, though, I'm going to go around biting fudgesicles for the rest of my life.
That's a good. Yeah.
Guys, let's go
Sounds
get
real
some
good.
fudgesicles.
Yeah.
Do you guys hear that sound?
Oh my.
How do you think Bobby and DeVito fit in the world of Death Wish 3?
Well, I think that Bronson's going to have to come back to town because word on the street is there's a new giggler. And I think very quickly Bronson finds out, this guy's not running though. He's got other methods. And the van is his penis.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well, I feel like definitely that Bronson, look, things went bad in New York again, so he's going to make his way to the West Coast
yeah,
again.
makes sense.
And I think we know which town he ends up in. He goes, well, last time I was in, near downtown. Maybe I'll try the west side this time. How about this town called Malibu? And, well, he goes on down to Malibu and he goes, well, I think I'll go get myself a pizza. And as soon as he walks into that pizza parlor, he spots Bobby at the pinball machine. And he turns toward John. He just overhears him going, you want to share a joint in the back? And you just hear the gun click.
Oh, man.
What do you think,
Well,
Eddie?
for me, it's just very, very clear that the well manicured rape room with the mattress was the back of the van, and Bobby was just waiting along with the other punks. He slicked his hair back so that you couldn't see the big red afro. and DeVito, he's filming.
DeVito was the mattress.
Oh yeah, DeVito was the mattress. He was just laid out flat on his stomach.
You've never seen a mattress be able to hug a lady, Lays down in it and he
Jesus.
wraps around her. So, Eddie, do you have anything to promote before we end this marathon of an episode?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'd like to promote is, well, just check me out on Twitter, at Eddie the Axe. I'm going to be starting up my retro gaming video stream thing with my wife, where she's a bit younger than me. She's never played these retro games. I'm going to make her play them, fail at them miserably, and do the pop-up videos thing the whole time.
Wonderful.
And you're going to play... You're starting out with Death Wish 3.
Well, I was actually going to approach you guys about that and see if you wanted to do some sort of a stream with it, but we can talk about that later.
That we can.
Well, the answer is already yes. Just pull out your ZX Spectrum.
Yeah, well, I'll send you a picture of my collection. Not counting duplicates for NES games alone, I've got over 300.
Holy shit.
You don't actually own Death Wish 3 on the game, do you?
No, I don't.
He had
but
to
I can
think about
emulate
it. That's fantastic.
No, that's true. I did.
It took him
because
a second to go,
I have a ZX
do
Spectrum, but yeah. No, I have most of my collection memorized, but no, I don't believe I have that one. I'll get it, though. Don't worry.
I wonder what that goes for. I've looked it up on eBay right now. Oh, there you go. It's a rare game.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
For $3.
Whoa.
All right. And I'm on eBay right now.
Oh, it's $3 UK, though.
Oh. Which,
Oh,
well, actually, thanks to
shit.
Brexit, that's still $3.
Holy shit.
Not Freedom Dollars?
No, it's one of those games that comes on a cassette. It's crazy.
Okay, I looked it up, and there's no nudity in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's actually blocked on your computer. If it doesn't have nudity, you can't get to it. So.
Yeah, it didn't come up with my rape feed.
Yeah.
so-
So, are you?
all you have is a bunch of weird, like, bubble popping games,
And dating
dating
simulator.
simulators, and some Naughty Dog game for the Genesis. I don't remember the code.
That would be Rings of Power.
Ha!
Yep. And I don't recall the code, but yeah, you can see tits in it.
So no more podcast at this point.
No, not currently. I'm going to probably be relaunching that, but yeah, just keep in touch
The
with
key lime
Eddie
conspiracy
the
brought
Axe.
everything down.
And now we just moved, so the podcasting setup. Well, you're listening to me just setting it up. So
Oh, great. So you'll definitely be back on the Grindbin. We'd love to have you back on the show. And,
Absolutely.
anytime.
Does anybody have
Anytime.
a final word?
Welcome.
Well, in that case, fellas, fuck it. Let's go get some iced cream.
Bobby, I got the money.
Dad, I made the team.
But you're a hooker.
Get that goddamn thing out of your mouth.
Book ain't got no real rhythm. We're gonna play a little game, baby.
I just love fun and games. Get a little girl all hot and horny.
How the hell would women live? I'm horny.
And maybe Daddy would have had to kill himself because he couldn't get it up anymore.
What a shame.
Come on, just step on the gas.